Hey, Pardon My Take listeners, you can find every episode on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Prime members can listen ad-free on Amazon Music. On today's Pardon My Take, we are back in studio, different studio altogether, minus Hank. We're going to talk some Monday Night Football. We're going to talk about the passing of a legend, all-time football guy, John Madden. We have Hot Seat, Cool Throne. We have Guys on Chicks. The Arizona Bowl got canceled, whatever. That sucks. And we're also going to do the weekend preview because this will be our last show of 2021 without Hank. I should mention that. He's not here. That's okay. He said that he's not here because Bills fans, he needed a personal day after what the Bills fans were doing to him.
Hank's taking a week off of social media, too,
yes.
I believe.
Yes.
Get his mind right.
But we have a great show, long show. If you have to work on Friday, we'll give you a spot to stop. And we are brought to you by our friends at Tostitos. Tostitos, the official chip and dip of the NFL. If you're watching football with your friends, you need two things, a TV and some Tostitos. End of list. No get-togethers official until some Tostitos. The official chip and dip of the NFL gets served. Fans can get in the game with a custom recipe for their favorite team at Tostitos.com/recipes. Tostitos, the official chip and dip of the NFL. We love Tostitos. All we do is eat Tostitos. They are the best chip in the world. If you are a football fan, if you are a fan of chips, if you are a fan of life, Tostitos is the chip for you. It is the official chip and dip of the NFL. So go again. Tostitos.com/recipes. Tostitos.com/recipes to get some Tostitos today. Okay, let's go.
It's Pardon My Take, presented by Barstool Sports.
Welcome to Pardon My Take, presented by Tostitos, the official chip and dip of the NFL. Today is Monday, December 29th, and we start with the passing of, we were saying this beforehand, probably the number one football guy of all time, John Madden. He passed away at the age of 85. Right before we got into studio tonight, we figured we had to start the show with him. For newer football fans, they think of Madden, the video game. For us, PFT, I think we both think of Madden as the broadcaster and the video game. Yep. And then, of course, he was a Hall of Fame coach as well, winning a Super Bowl with the Raiders.
Highest winning percentage of any head coach with 100 wins, I think.
It's crazy to think about, like, a guy like John Madden. And if you, I actually missed the documentary. I think it's going to be streaming. I think January 3rd is what I read.
Oh, I'm going to watch the shit out of that.
Yeah, so it came out on Christmas Day. I heard that it was incredible. I missed it. I'm going to watch it. Everyone should watch it. Maybe we'll do a review of it. But it is crazy to think of, like, if you did a list of people who had an impact on football and football fans in America, I think John Madden might be one, because
maybe even sports.
Maybe sports, because he had his career as a coach and then as a broadcaster. Like, the thing that made John Madden different and the thing that made John Madden so great was, and I think that we try to do this in our everyday life, in our jobs, is if you're having fun doing something, the audience knows. And if you like and enjoy something, it comes across on TV and in your ears where you're like, this guy loves his job, he loves football, and he was the first broadcaster to really show that love.
I think the best thing that you can say about a guy is that the gift that John Madden had and the gift that he gave people was that he loved something so much and so purely that he made other people love it too.
Yes.
And that it was like truly infectious love. Listening to him talk about football made you love football more.
Correct.
Even if you weren't a football fan. And this kind of, it transcends sports sometimes, but I kind of feel that way just about anybody that's super passionate about anything.
Yes.
They make you love something and they show you the way that they love it. And with John Madden, the gift that he gave the world is that he made other people love football just because of how much he loved it. And in life, if you can do that, you've made the world a better place.
Yeah, when I think of the two broadcasters, like when I was a kid watching sports, being like, oh my God, look how much fun they're having. It's John Madden and Dickie V. It's those two guys where it's like they watch the game and they make you feel like you're part of the experience and you're having fun with them. And John Madden and Pat Summerall, they were the crew. Like, they were football. They were Sunday afternoons. They were, like, everything that you could think of when you close your eyes for an entire generation. What does football look like? What does football sound like? Mm-hmm. It's John Madden and Pat Summerall. And then...
what does football sound like? It sounds like this. It sounds like boom.
Yeah.
That's football.
Right, and the telestrator and everything.
If somebody uses the word boom, then you're talking about football. That's code for let's talk about football.
And we're going to date ourselves a little bit here, but then you move on to the video game, which is probably the most important. It's definitely the most important sports video game ever created.
Except fuck the passing cone.
Yeah, but and then like the first 12 years of it, he was the cover. I can see it in my head, him coming out of, I think it was coming out of a wall to on the first cover. Mm-hmm. And I remember, like maybe Madden 96 or 7 on N64 when you could adjust every player rating on your team. So you just made your entire defensive line 500 pounds and 99 across the board. Yeah. And I would get I think there was one season where I had 900 sacks. Yeah, there he is coming out of like a play sheet. And it's just, he brought football to an entire new generation with video games. And I loved the ambulance coming on, like all the actions of Madden. We're lucky enough that we got to see basically the birth of the Madden football game and followed along. And yeah, you get to a point where you're probably aged out of it, but it still is the iconic game. I still have moments where I'm like, you know what I really want to do right now? I want to play some Madden. Mm-hmm. You just think of it.
Always. And there was a great thread. I'm going to read some Madden quotes because...
let's go. Lay it on me.
Just reading these quotes to myself, it makes me smile. The dude was such an awesome personality. He was very funny, too. He was self-deprecating, which is like, there's so many people that take themselves too seriously, especially in media. I saw a report, I think Richard Deitch did an interview with where it was a report of Chris Collinsworth and Al Michaels having dinner with Madden in 2012 and being like, we really want you to come out of retirement to call one more game as a special, like a guest appearance for a week. And John Madden was like, no, because I know the work that goes into doing a single game. I know how much work it is to keep up with the NFL, to keep up with the sport on a week-to-week basis. Everything changes. And I don't have the ego that would make me want to get back in the booth to prove to everybody I still have it. And that's so rare.
Yes.
For somebody who's undoubtedly reached the peak of their career to also not have the ego and to be aware of the fact that, hey, it's not as simple as just coming, into the booth for a weekend, although I'm sure he still would have killed it.
Absolutely.
Been awesome.
Absolutely.
All right, so here's some quotes. Jay Adonde pulled some of these up, and this is John Madden talking about football. When you win as a coach, you get to be a genius. But if you look at it, you're a guy that was a PE major in college. Your best class was recess, and then you become a coach. When you win some games, you're a genius. You go from being good at recess to a genius.
That's great.
That's awesome. He would say, cheap and available. You never want that as your nickname. He said, there's great bodies and there's good bodies and there's average bodies. Every once in a while, you come across a bad body when he was watching a game.
Fact. Is the pork chop one in there?
The pork chop one's in here. Anyone from Houston, Texas, you're going to be tough. There's 2 rules in life. You can always be late. This is actually maybe my favorite John Madden quote ever. There's 2 rules in life. You can always be late because you were watching Monday Night Football and the World Series. As a kid, you can always watch those 2 things, and it's okay. That is my childhood.
That's so true. Yes.
Buttoned up right there.
That's so true.
This is just perfect about dogs. There's no dog that has more fun than a golden retriever. That's also just a fact. And then the pork chop one. Whatever happened to nicknames? It's great to have a game where the tackle is nicknamed Pork Chop.
I mean, that's perfect. That's absolutely true.
And maybe my other favorite one was when they were doing a preview for Cops. Like they would always do and next week or following the game on Fox, we're going to watch Cops.
And Pat Summerall would do the murder she wrote.
Exactly. Yeah. So John Madden said, the thing about Cops is when you're watching that show, there's always a guy with his shirt off. And that's always the guy that did it.
It's perfect. He's truly one in a billion.
I'm certain that John Madden is in heaven right now.
Yeah, oh yeah.
If heaven exists, John Madden is definitely up there. Just he loved people.
Yes, he loved people. He loved football. He basically made Thanksgiving like a bigger holiday than it. Like he popularized Thanksgiving, eating, football, all of it. He also, like, the coolest thing John Madden did was he just drove everywhere in a bus. Never got on a plane. The famous quote is, "I'm not afraid of dying. I'm not afraid of flying. I'm just afraid I'll die." So it's like, and he drove a bus everywhere.
I think that's why he quit coaching too. He was sick of flying everywhere. It gave him such bad anxiety. He was like, you know what? I'm going to retire from coaching, and then the rest of my life, I'm just going to be like the global ambassador for football.
Yeah, and I would always remember, like, he wouldn't go to the Pro Bowl because it was in Hawaii. He's like, well, yeah, he's not going to go there.
I think we need to do something for John Madden. When I say we, I don't mean as a podcast. Maybe we'll name the football. Well, Mike Tomlin called him the football man.
Well, Billy said that we should name America after him, just United States of Madden, which I kind of liked.
That's not bad.
I think that's actually perfect.
They should actually name. I'm trying to think of what trophies in the NFL don't have a name. The MVP trophy. They could name that after John Madden.
The problem is
Coach of the year.
Yeah, Coach of the Year. Yeah, why not?
I think
Does Coach of the Year have a name?
Coach
of the Year should absolutely.
He was always known for the All Madden team too, where it would just get like the toughest, grittiest guys out there. They should just pick the toughest, grittiest player. The NFL should give an award to that guy and call it the All Madden Award.
They should actually get rid of the MVP because the MVP and the Heisman have become totally irrelevant at this point because it's just the quarterback on the best team, and just make the MVP the Madden Award, and everyone is actually like eligible for once.
A second MVP, the Madden Valuable Player, like Nick does it.
Yeah, that would work as well. But an all-time legend. All-time legend.
I actually do think that they should make a new award for him.
Yeah.
I don't think they should slap his name on something. I don't think that that's the proper homage.
They should name the Super Bowl after him.
They should name
John Madden Super Bowl.
They should name football after Madden. They should just call it the NFL Madden. Like, you guys going to watch Madden on Sunday?
Yeah, right. Or like the actual football. Like, look at that. Look at how he handles the Madden.
Yeah. Well, that's the Duke.
Yeah, I know. They should just make it the Madden.
I don't know who the Duke was.
Like, I'd say one of the biggest issues that Trevor Lawrence has is he's careless with the Madden. Mm-hmm. That works.
We got to do something big for him. Roger Goodell. This will go down defining Roger Goodell's legacy.
Yes.
How you figure out a way to properly honor the football god that was John Madden.
I was going to say Tom Brady deflates his Maddens, but Hank's not here.
You can't say that.
And
you can't say that
here.
Without Hank being
Hank's
around.
not here. He's not here because he said, I think his quote was, "Hey guys, I'm going to take today off because Bills fans were so mean to me."
Yeah.
No, actually, he's not here because the travel. That's a segue to the next. So John Madden, all-time legend. If you're too young to know the impact he had, well, here's the thing. If you're too young to remember John Madden calling games and being on the face of video games, you don't realize how much impact he had on your life with, like, just before you became a football fan. You became a football fan because of John Madden without even realizing it. So do watch. I think I read January 3rd. It's going to be streaming everywhere. Do watch it. We will do a documentary review. Mm-hmm. All-time
Tough
legend.
year for Frank Caliendo between Gruden and now this.
Someone tweeted, was like, you got to get Frank Caliendo on tomorrow's show. I was like, maybe not.
He's probably, Frank's probably going to hang that one up for a while.
Yeah, but so we are, the reason why we're all back because the Arizona Bowl got canceled. You probably saw. Hank is not here because his plan was to go to Arizona from where he was. We were going to tape the show originally on Wednesday. We decided let's do it on Tuesday because we can maybe take a little bit of a break. So that's why he's not here. It's not actually the Bills fans, although I think they did get to him.
It was very convenient.
Yeah, it did get to him, but that's why he's not here. Arizona Bowl got canceled. Fucking sucks. With that said, I would recommend everyone, if you can figure out a way to have a plan to jump out of an airplane in a public manner and have that canceled 48 hours beforehand, thrill of a lifetime. That I had quite the 2021 with canceled plans between this and my root canal because I obviously I was very upset that the game got canceled. We had so many people doing so much work behind the scenes for so long. Even that fuckhead All Business Pete, shout out him, he can't even come. But not having to jump out of the plane was awesome.
That's a nice consolation prize.
It really is.
I'm pretty pumped because I hadn't learned Higher. We were going to play Higher with Scott Stapp from Creed. He was going to play with us in Pup Punk, And he likes to play it in a very certain – I think he tunes it down like a half step when he does it live. I had not practiced it at all. I think I learned the basics of it about a month and a half ago. Hadn't played it again. We were thinking about actually preemptively canceling that because we were like, he's probably going to sing it at halftime too. We don't want to spoil the big surprise.
Well, this is future us problem.
But then it was too late in the game. So
because we're going to still do it. We still have the Arizona Bowl. We still have another 2 years of rights, I believe. So you're still going to do it with Scott Stapp. I'm still going to jump out of an airplane. This is the ultimate. We'll just handle this in a year from now.
I'd also like to say that I'm very, very happy for Central Michigan.
Yeah,
like, good for them. They got paid by the Sun Bowl. I think they're getting like $3 million to go play in that game. Good for them. No animosity whatsoever. It sucks that COVID has fucked everything up. But I think that a lot of people are talking about, we saw with the UCLA game and the NC State game, where NC State's saying like, oh, they backed out. They voted as a team to not play. I don't know if that's true or not. But most of the we're so far behind what even the CDC is saying right now in college football. And I think the reason for that is because of the threat of lawsuits.
Right.
There are a bunch of people out there, the people that run the bowl games, that run the stadiums and shit, they're terrified of the fact that one person gets sick and then they get sued for all that they're worth after the fact. I don't think it's up to the players and it's not up to the coaches to decide, like, do you or do you not want to play. Obviously, Boise State wanted to play. The Chips wanted to play.
It sucks.
It just sucks.
The whole thing, it's out of our hands. It sucks. Shout out the losers, which there are many who rooted basically for our bowl game to get canceled because they hate Barstool, essentially saying fuck those kids that work really hard and have a bowl game that they all Jake and I were on the call with the coaches. The coaches are like, all of our players are so excited to be in this game. This is going to be a lot of fun. That gets ruined for them. But, who cares? The people online who want to be like, haha, you guys deserved it. That's pretty cool.
I just want
to hypocritical pieces of shit.
I just want to show those people the face of a boy that you've tremendously upset and you've ruined his week.
Yes.
That's Jake Marsh.
He is.
Look at
Jake
that face.
Marsh is going to be on the call with Dave and I.
Can we show Jake Marsh right
I
here?
do feel the worst for you.
Jake was going to be doing play-by-play. He had already put in 90% of the prep work, which, knowing Jake, he probably spent the last month and a half just staring at rosters, playing the media guide pronunciations of their name. Jake, what was the toughest name that you learned how to pronounce?
Actually, one of Boise State's biggest players on defense, Kekalo Kaniho.
Oh my God, that was like honey.
I was ready.
In Central Michigan, Pimpleton would have been fun.
That's a fun name.
Lou Nichols is great. Great
leading
name.
rusher, but it's not about me. It's about the players. Feel bad for Boise State seniors.
Yeah, it sucks. It really does suck. And I know there's a lot of people who say bowl games don't matter. They actually do matter from a football standpoint more than people realize, because if you're in a bowl game, you get an extra 3 weeks of practice that can help you for next year, that can help underclassmen progress and get a shot, especially if there's other people opting out. So it does matter from a team standpoint, and it's a cool experience. A lot of these kids at Boise and Central Michigan aren't going to be playing in the NFL. They got a chance to play on a game that would have been a cool platform, the first ever Barstool Sports Bowl. The whole thing sucks, but you're right, PFD. Central Michigan, Jim McElwain, who's on the show today, a great interview coming up, he had a really nice note. They end up, they had to do what they did because they get more money than they would have gotten because Sun Bowl's on CBS. It's how the business works. People were trying to own us for that fact. It's no shit. A game that's on CBS can pay more than a game that's on Barstool and YouTube. We were
good for them.
I'm glad that we're trying to build something. Of course, that's how it works.
I'm bummed that it got canceled, but I'm not there's no animosity whatsoever.
No, and the MAC gets shine.
It was the correct decision. And I'm glad that they got it. I'm interested to see how this plays out, especially when it comes to the college football playoff, because they put out those rules about what's going to happen in the event of positive tests. I don't know if they're going to change any of that going forward, but I will say that the rules as written right now heavily favor Michigan.
Well,
and most importantly, they favor Harbaugh. They favor Jim Harbaugh. Why? Because I guarantee you Jim Harbaugh is going to have his players isolated. And they're going to be in competition coffins where they get fed their meals just coming through straws through the door. Harbaugh is not going to – he's going to lock his players up in rooms and be like, you're not interacting with anybody. We have a greater purpose to serve. There's no greater enemy, foreign or domestic, than the coronavirus.
See, I think Michigan's the only team that actually has a chance of losing out on this.
No.
Because, The SEC does whatever they want. They've been done whatever they want from the beginning. Georgia and Alabama, they changed their rules like on the fly. Bill O'Brien's already back at practice. Cincinnati,
but
this
it's
is the
not
biggest.
The SEC's choice.
No,
to who
no,
gets to play and who
they
doesn't.
they basically have they brought back Bill O'Brien like out of nowhere. I'm pretty sure the SEC changed their rules.
But when it comes to players,
recently.
I don't think that they just leave that up to the teams because
I think Michigan's the most at risk just because of knowing Michigan's like athletic department and the Big Ten and Kevin Warren, all that shit that has gone into the entire last 2 years.
I think it's going to be left up to the NCAA. It's going to be up to the
No, because
people
the
that are
NCAA
in charge of the testing and all that
no,
stuff.
because the college football playoff.
They're just going to be like
all
hey,
ESPN.
They're going to be like, hey, Nick Saban, we found a stack of 20 Binax tests down at Walgreens. I'm just going to trust that you give your guys a test and report back just the real figures.
Yeah.
I don't think that's how it works.
I'm pretty sure that the look it up, Jake. I'm pretty sure the SEC has like some rules that basically are like we're going to get to the college football finals no matter what.
We'll see how that plays out, but I guarantee that Harbaugh is like he is treating this like his war. We know that he can't stop reading like nonfiction books about World War II. This is Harbaugh's greater purpose. He was born for a moment like this.
Yeah, I mean Nick Saban too.
Yeah, but Harbaugh is. I have faith in Harbaugh.
Jake?
I'm still looking.
Oh, okay. All right. Monday Night Football. Oh, I guess we could do predictions for the Final Four in college football. I've wavered. There's been times where I've been like, ooh, maybe Cincinnati will give Bama a game. I think we're just on a collision course for Bama Georgia again.
That's what it looks like to me. But
it feels that way.
I think I'm going to take Michigan and Alabama. I want to believe that Michigan's going to win. So I'm really going with my heart, not my gut on that one. So Michigan and then Alabama.
Yeah. Fuck. I'm excited for the games. I hope there's no blowouts. I hope there always is, but especially when it's New Year's Eve, it's like they put basically your entire happiness on New Year's Eve into hopefully these games are competitive. Mm-hmm. And when they're not, it fucking sucks. All right. Monday Night Football?
Well, we had a lot of people that got mad at us for not talking about Thursday Night Football. We never talk about Thursday Night Football on Sunday night shows.
No.
But there were a lot of Titans fans out there being like, why are you ducking us?
Yes.
So we should at least acknowledge the fact that the Titans won on Thursday Night Football.
They did, and they also won in very Titans fashion where they were down in the first half.
Be vacated if no one can play.
No, if no one can play. Yeah. But I'm pretty sure the SEC has been playing by different COVID rules the entire time.
They have, but
right.
But this is not an SEC game.
No, but I think they still have jurisdiction over like they get to decide.
I don't think
that.
so. I don't think it's conference by conference. I'm like 99% sure that it's not conference by conference.
These rules are by the College Football Playoff Management Committee.
Yeah,
that's not the NCAA.
College Football Management Committee, whatever.
So they're going to just make sure they play.
The overlords are in charge of all this.
They'll just make sure they play.
Oh, they're going to play, but yeah, I'm just saying. Like I trust. I feel like Harbaugh is locked in on this one.
So yeah, Titans won. There you go.
Titans won. Congratulations.
Titans fans are very ornery.
Jimmy Garoppolo.
They get very upset whenever
has a finger. It's been the year of the finger.
Yep.
Jimmy Garoppolo had maybe the worst performance of any quarterback that had kind of a decent stat line, at least at halftime. I think it was like 14 for 18 at halftime, but all of his misses were either interceptions or should have been interceptions.
Yeah, and then we didn't even bring up the John Lynch liking a tweet at Christmas Mass, which was all time. I think that's actually just Rico. He just took a playbook out of Rico Bosco's playbook because it's
Rico goes to church.
Well, whenever bad things happen, he does.
Yeah,
and he basically was like, "Hey, everyone talking about me liking this tweet saying that Jimmy Garoppolo is bad. Just so you know, I'm in church right now with my family on Christmas Eve.
Yeah, well, I mean,
shut up.
If John Lynch thought that was a good excuse, he's also saying, "Yeah, I was just scrolling Twitter. I was checking my ats."
Also, it's totally believable because Jimmy Garoppolo had a terrible game.
Very bad game.
He has been playing well, but that was a game that the Niners should have won. And Jimmy Garoppolo, that was, I don't know who said it, but it was basically the Colts and the Niners are the same team. Their Spider-Man meme where it's like their roster's really good. They have a ton of really talented players. You just hold your breath that Carson Wentz or Jimmy G won't do something crazy.
Yeah,
they both have played well this year at times.
Who's that? Was it Harrison Ford, the guy that he's crashed like 4 planes?
Yes.
Yeah, he can't stop. Yeah, so when you say that Jimmy Garoppolo going 14 for 18 is a good thing, that's like saying like Harrison Ford has completed 14 out of his 18 flights. Because when it goes bad, it goes
bad.
It goes real bad for Jimmy G.
But speaking of good quarterback play, Tua, I don't like what Louis Riddick said. He said possible franchise quarterback, but the Dolphins are now. They've done the impossible. They've lost 7 games in a row. They won the first game, lost 7 games in a row, won 7 games in a row. An insane season. They're 8-7. They control their own destiny. Jake, what's your Dolphin fever at right now?
It's nice. I'll be honest. I was kind of bummed out yesterday,
nice
so I wasn't focused too much on it. By the way, I should correct myself. Kekala Kaniho, cornerback, not linebacker. Wouldn't have made that.
Okay, so you would have. It's a good thing we got canceled.
We dodged a bullet here.
Everything happens for a reason.
Disaster.
Getting ahead of it.
I would have written a letter and mailed it.
Yeah, but no, it's crazy that they're in this position. They kind of did the same thing a few years ago with Tannehill and Adam Gase.
Right.
They won like 8 in a row or something like that.
10 wins or something.
Yeah, they got in the playoffs. No, they got in the
that
playoffs.
was
last year.
Was that the game in Pittsburgh?
Yes.
When Matt Moore got fucking smoked and it was just candy-ass uniforms in the cold?
Yeah. They started 1-5 and then they made the playoffs. So.
It's crazy. I mean, the Dolphins are – I don't know if they're good because they have played –
No one.
And the list
hilarious
list of quarterbacks
They've won,
very, very funny.
They've won.
They have won. And then they got to add Ian Book, which, I did enjoy that it became just an indictment on Notre Dame. All the stats were flying. It was 24 games in a row that a Notre Dame quarterback has lost in the NFL. Last time a Notre Dame quarterback won a start was Brady Quinn in 2012, I think. And then there was also the stat that the last time a Notre Dame player attempted a pass in the playoffs was 2006, and it was actually the punter for the Colts because the blocking got fucked up, and he just tried to shovel the ball, so it was a 16-yard loss. And that was the last time a Notre Dame player attempted a pass in the playoffs. And you had Ian Book being the first ever Ian to start a game at quarterback.
So I didn't know that about Ian. I would have thought that. I would have thought that. Actually, no, that tracks because Ian is 100% like a moxie backup quarterback name.
Or
it's not a starter.
Or a reporter.
Or a reporter, one of the two. And Bubba pointed this out to me about Ian Book, because we all know Ian Book. Remember, he started infinity games at Notre Dame. He lost the eye black.
Yeah,
that's where he went wrong. He used to be the biggest eye black guy in college football when he played, and then he's going to play a game and under the bright lights of Monday Night Football, and you come out there just raw dog in the sun.
They should have had Blake Bortles in.
You should have put Bortles in. And actually, so it's funny. Ian Book's performance was so bad, it didn't really look like he was playing football, or he looked like a good athlete that has been convinced to try out to play football. Be like, hey, you look like Greg Paulus if Greg Paulus made it to the NFL. And he was so bad that he's actually the reason why the NFL said, okay, you know what? We gotta change our rules. It's the Ian Book rule.
Yes.
It's it's reached rock bottom.
Sam Ellinger.
We have to change everything because we can't have another performance like this. It's basically the same thing as Kenny Pickett's charge, the slide that got immediately revoked after. Roger Goodell saw this performance and was like, let's just not test anymore because this is worse than coronavirus.
It also Alvin Kamara. I've never seen someone just not want to be there more than he did on Monday night. I don't blame him.
No,
because Ian Book, basically every single play was the same. He would look through his progressions, not see anything, or throw a pick six for a touchdown, and then at the very last second, he would dump it off to Kamara, who already had a linebacker going full speed at him, and he was just like, "Fuck this, dude!" There was one specifically where he dumped it off to Kamara. I think it was a 3rd and 8, and Kamara was 3 yards behind the line of scrimmage, and he dumped it off to him, and Kamara just got fucking smoked. It was like, why did you do that, dude? Why would you throw that to me? I don't want the ball.
There was the other play in his playbook where he would just drop back and immediately sprint to the right and run out of bounds as he was throwing the ball.
Yeah.
And that ball would usually land out of bounds or in a defender's hands at the same time. It was tough watching, and fuck Drew Brees. Fuck Drew Brees for sending that smarmy-ass text back when they're like, please, Drew, can you please come back and play for us again? He's like, no, I'm out here golfing. Guess what, Drew? You ever think it's about somebody besides yourself?
It would have been nice.
And your sons, not your daughter, your sons, because we would have liked to watch some actual football in Monday Night Football. Fuck Drew Brees. He should have done that. He's selfish. Yeah. He's selfish for not coming back and making America experience the Ian Book game because it wasn't even entertaining bad. It was just I zoned out in about the third quarter. I was like, I will not. I'm waterboarding myself by watching this.
Do you know what I'll say? What Ian Book did though, he gave us good perspective. How hard it is to play quarterback because Ian Book was a good college football quarterback, and it looked like he had never played quarterback.
Yeah,
that's how hard it is to play in the NFL. Like it was.
They should have put in Blake. Though.
It really did look though. You watch it, you're like, has this guy ever played football before? No, he was a really good quarterback at Notre Dame, and he got drafted by the Saints. Mm-hmm. And who knows? Maybe with enough time, like he just wasn't ready. I don't know. I'm not gonna judge Ian Book. I'm not going to judge a book by its cover just from that game, but it was bad. It was very, very bad.
It is bad. I'm boycotting Drew Brees though. I'm not going to watch his picks on Sunday Night Football.
Nice.
I'm going to turn away from the TV like fans used to do for the opening acts of Metallica when they go out on tour. I'm not going to watch Drew Brees. Fuck Drew Brees for making me watch that. Also, they should have put in Blake Bortles.
Yep.
Are you telling me that Blake couldn't have gone out there and done any better?
Also,
I think he definitely could have. I think Blake would have at least. He would have been cool to watch. He would have had a good time.
He also had a really good-looking beard. He's done a really good job with his beard manicure where it almost looks like if he didn't have his hat on, he'd have hair.
He looks good in black, too.
Yeah, he does look good in black. Slimming. Very good.
Yep.
So that was Monday Night Football. We are now careening towards Week 17 where it feels like everything's going to get decided. We will do our picks after Jim McElwain. Everyone's texted their picks to memes, so we'll get into all that. Let's do Hot Seat Cool Throne, then we'll get to Jim McElwain. PFT, you had a quick word from one of our sponsors.
Yeah, before we get to Hot Seat Cool Throne, I want to talk to you guys about Pepsi. We love Pepsi. I'm always drinking Pepsi. Pepsi is delicious. It's what I drink when I'm watching football. And this year we're highlighting one team's trash plays to throw out and another team's great plays to recycle into next week with Pepsi's Trash Talk sustainability platform. So let's talk it out. For trash, I'm going to throw out the Dallas Cowboys running up the score against the Washington football team. I think that was classless. They're trash. The Cowboys are trash. They're actually very good, but I'm so bitter about that because I got roasted. I put up a tweet online. I showed the jacket that I was wearing, but I walked into his sheets on Monday morning, and the guy at the cash register started holding his nose and be like, something stinks in here. What's rotten? And then he goes, oh, wait, it's just your jacket. And he just owned me in front of the entire gas station. It was a great own. It was a solid burn. But I have to deal with that from Dallas fans for the next year now, which is great. But so I'm going to say the Dallas Cowboys trashing that whole classless performance for something to recycle. You know what I really like? I like the waddle. I like the waddle. When Waddle scores a touchdown, he does the cute little waddle. That was the best part of the game. Billy, you look like you have something to say.
I love the waddle. It was so cute.
Zach Wilson's play.
Zach Wilson.
Quarterback rush in Jets history. That's pretty awesome.
Okay, let's recycle that one too.
Yeah.
Run that back next week. Do it, Zach Wilson. It's going to be, would you say, like the Jets are low-key lit?
Low-key electric.
Low-key electric, yeah. So this is brought to you by Pepsi's Trash Talk sustainability platform. Know the difference, make a difference, be a team player, and recycle.
All right, Hot Seat Cool Throne. Hank's not here. Anyone from the booth? Bubba, do you have one? Or TJ? Or memes? 3-man booth right now.
Negative.
Okay. All right, PFT, let's start with you.
Okay, my hot seat is statistics and probability. Because Josh Allen has won 13 out of 16 coin tosses this season. That's wild.
Wow.
That's not coincidence.
No.
I don't know if he's sticking with tails or if he's going back and forth, switching back and forth between getting head as well as the tails. But he's on a fucking run right now, and he's 9 straight. He's hit 9 straight in a row. Oh, I actually found this tweet. The probability of hitting 9 straight is 0.1953. So Josh Allen is defying all the stats nerds. Probably the same losers that were like, don't draft Josh Allen are the same ones that'll tell you that it hits 50% of the time.
I love it.
Tails, according to this empirical evidence, Tails hits 13 out of 16 times. So take that to the bank.
That's dominant. That's a dominant performance. That's a franchise quarterback.
I also heard that if you flick a penny, if you like you spin a penny, not flip it up in the air, but if you spin it by flicking it on a table, it falls down head side up. I think 80% of the time, because a new penny, it's heavier on the tail end.
Oh shit, we should cut this.
So we should cut that, and then win a lot of money from
hustling
Hank.
people.
We should hustle Hank. Who's
he won't
not
listen to
the
this
show.
Yeah.
And then my cool throne is the Minnesota Vikings. The Vikings on the cool throne because they brought in my guy Kyle Sloter. Kyle Sloter, the best preseason quarterback that you've ever seen, has not gotten a chance to start a game in the NFL, and he's literally good. Kyle Sloter's literally good
in preseason.
And he's also like my little pet project because I feel like I'm the only one that's going to stand on the table for Kyle Sloter. No one gives him any shine. He's got a bad rap. He's gotten bad luck. He gets signed, release, sign, release. Just start Kyle Sloter, Minnesota. And it's weird because I think Mannion is the backup to Kirk Cousins, right? Mm-hmm. And Mannion he's in the COVID protocol. Kirk Cousins was probably hanging out around Mannion.
Facts.
So they got Sloter. They put him on the active roster immediately for Sunday. I feel like we might be getting some Sloter this Sunday.
I think so too.
Sloter boat.
I think so too.
All aboard.
All right, my hot seat is Future Me, which we talked about because we canceled all those plans, and it was a thrill in the moment to not have to jump out of a plane. But this is I'm sure this is going to end badly. Like I think there's just a rule in life that if you have anything like a flight cancellation or like a weird happenstance delay, then you hop on the next one. Or you were supposed to jump out of a plane today, and you're going to do it in a year from now. I will die. I will die in a year from now.
Or
like I would have.
You might be on a plane where you have to know how to jump out of it, like a plane that's about to crash.
Yeah.
And they hand you a parachute, and they're like, "All right, big cat, do you know how to do this?"
I've done it once, but yeah.
They're like, "Do you know how to do this?" And you're like,
I forget.
"Oh fuck, I forgot. It's been a while."
Yeah, but doesn't it feel like just the odds? Like I probably will die next year.
Well,
I probably would have been fine tomorrow or today.
No, 2022, everything's different once the year changes.
It has crossed my mind though. That's one of those things you tempt fate when you cancel a plan like that. Something's going to happen bad next year.
I think you can always.
But I have another year to worry about.
You can do the Mark Wahlberg and be like, that flight, it actually would have gone down, but I didn't get on it.
Mm-hmm. And then my cool throne is Antonio Brown because we talked about it on Sunday, but he is being framed by the media. I don't know if you guys saw, but someone compiled an entire list of things that he's done.
Yeah.
I'll just read off some of it because it's crazy how much the media has made up stuff about Antonio Brown to try to get him to be seen as a bad guy.
So what we're going to do right now is we're going to read all the things that the media has made up about him.
Right. Okay, so these are things media has made up that he might have done. Kicked out of Florida International University after fighting a security guard. Don't touch me, I'm the franchise, he said. His second year in the league, he took a personal stretch limo to a charity event, had them open every single expensive bottle of wine, rejected it, refused to pay for it, charity, and then left. Threw fits over not getting enough targets, drove 100 miles an hour down McKnight Road in Pittsburgh, which has a 45 mile per hour speed limit.
I like how they just threw in what the speed limit was.
Yeah, that's
like it
nice.
would have mattered if it was a 60 mile an hour speed limit.
Killed a home aquarium full of piranhas and refused to pay the man who installed the tank.
Okay, piranhas are man-eating fish.
Yeah,
so this sounds like he saved some lives.
This was definitely written by a Steelers fan because refused to play Week 17 for the Steelers. Who could forget? I do remember that. You remember he had the big coat on?
Yeah. And didn't Mike Tomlin be like, that's the first time that he said, I want volunteers, not hostages.
Yeah.
So I think it takes two to tango there.
Dyed his mustache blonde.
Yeah, we talked about that.
Refused to pay a chef because he thought he threatened him by placing a fish head in the freezer. The fish head was saved to make a soup.
I love the fact that Antonio Brown's opening up his freezer and he sees a fish head.
This motherfucker's out to get me.
And he thinks that he's in The Godfather.
Yeah. Farted on a doctor.
Okay, you're allowed to do that. Doctors get farted on all the time.
I disagree.
They're healthcare professionals. They specialize in the human body.
This was definitely because he's done some real stuff, but this was definitely still
wait. No, that's go back to the farted on a doctor one.
Yeah,
that's HIPAA.
Yeah, it is.
It's on tape.
Unless he's
that's also HIPAA.
There's actually a video
of him farting on the doctor.
It's HIPAA to retweet that.
Did he lift his leg? If you lift your leg, I think it's a crime. If you don't, then it could plausible deniability that it just happened. But if you do the leg lift, like here he goes, I'm going to fart on you, that's fucked up.
Well, what kind of doctor was it? That matters. If proctologists fart away, they need to be able to tell if you're healthy.
Yeah, that's true. Demanded a trade from the Steelers. That's, again, a Steelers fan.
It's pretty bad, yeah.
Became Mr. Big Chest. I think that's a positive. Mm-hmm. I think this list is actually proving Antonio Brown's point.
Yes, he killed a lot of piranhas. So far, the worst thing that you've said has been that he killed a bunch of piranhas. Probably the same fish that his chef was leaving frozen in his freezer.
Some of these are also signed with Patriots, moved in with Tom Brady, and then the next one is the sexual assault allegations came out. That seems like more serious than signed with the Patriots, moved in with Tom Brady.
Dyed his mustache blonde.
Whoever made this list didn't really prioritize actual things.
Okay, so a couple bad things Antonio Brown's done. 1, he requested a trade. 2, he raped a chick.
Yeah.
It's
3,
wait.
3, he dyed his mustache blonde.
Mm-hmm.
So you decide which one's
bad guy.
Yeah, bad guy. Yeah, this list is all over the place. Threatened the woman not suing him in a group text that included his lawyer and had a picture of her kids in text. That was bad. I remember that. That way, he is a bad guy for that shit. There's some bad things he's done, but I think this list actually proves his point that when they try to get him for farting on a doctor, the media's run amok.
He also, you remember the video when he got released from the Raiders?
Yeah.
That was an all-timer.
I think this actually now threw a bag of gummy candy dicks at the cops in a video he posted. I forgot about that. Got dropped by his agent.
Oh, man. That's tough. Well, actually, if
this
you're
list is all over the place.
If you're the best wide receiver in the NFL and Drew Rosenhaus is like, I can't work with you,
yeah,
that's probably the biggest indictment.
Wait, here's another one. Rumors spread about AB signing with Tampa or Seattle.
Yeah. And he did eventually get to Tampa. He got traded to the Bills for 4 hours.
This is the best scorned lover list of all time, where they just didn't. They buried like the actual sexual assault and all this like actual bad stuff to past like the soup, the guy making soup with the fish head. All right, so Antonio Brown.
He called Mike Mayock a cracker.
Yeah, he did. Yes, he did.
He tried to fight Mike Mayock.
Yeah, that should be on here.
He was on a Madden cover, Madden 19.
He was.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
Wow.
Yeah.
Called out Robert Kraft for his rub and tug session in Florida. That is quite a crime. That's the real crime.
I wish Hank was here to defend that.
Started training for a boxing match with Logan Paul.
That's cool. Also,
this is why NFL fans are the best. Like that dude, the Cowboys guy who brings a puppet to the game. Like NFL fans are they've all lost their minds, and I consider myself like in that lost their mind crew where this just tickles me to no end.
Speaking of the Paul brothers, did you see that Jake Paul wants to play safety in the NFL?
Yeah.
And his whole explanation behind it is like, I guarantee you my ratings would be through the roof with the league. That's what we're going towards these days. It's just like the Paul brothers are just influencers getting to do whatever sport that they want.
Yeah. And then Logan Paul made a coffee table out of Game Boys, and everyone flipped out. They're like, how could you waste those Game Boys? Who the fuck is playing Game Boy? That Game Boy came out 20 years ago. Does anyone man, I really wish I could find a Game Boy right now.
Right. If it was Nintendo Switches, I'd be like, that's fucked up.
Oh, come on, dude. Give those to a kid for Christmas. Game Boy. If you gave a Game Boy to a kid, like a 5-year-old kid right now, and here, play Tetris, they'd throw that thing in your fucking face. That's not a video game.
They go to judge and be like, I need to be emancipated from my dad because he's poor.
Yeah, they'd be like, why are you making me go to school?
Yeah.
Tetris is basically school.
I actually think that a coffee table made out of Game Boys is the perfect use for Game Boys.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I loved fucking Game Boy. I loved Game Boy. All right, Billy, you go.
My hot seat is Dabo Swinney for promo in the Cheez-It Bowl. They were posing in front of the trophy, showing off their new team apparel. And the Clemson team apparel just looks like a prison jumpsuit. It's just an orange prison jumpsuit. It looks like a creamsicle.
When jumpsuit January goes bad.
Exactly. Looks like a Cheez-It. So
it's not January yet.
It also makes you look more orange when you're wearing all orange. I've noticed that.
My original hot seat, but now is my cool throne, is Big Cat's Pinky.
Yeah.
Earlier today, we heard that Carson Wentz was going to be on the COVID list. Before the rule change, this put Sam Ehlinger as the noted starter for Sunday's game against the Raiders. Unfortunately, because of the NFL rule change, Sam Ehlinger will not be starting, meaning that his historic Super Bowl run, which I was hoping was going to happen with Sam Ehlinger stepping in and taking the Colts to the next level to win the Super Bowl, will not happen.
I knew it was bad when they were on the bottom line, the crawl that was going across every channel. It was just calling him presumptive starter, Sam Ehlinger. If he was actually going to start, I feel like they just would have been like, Sam is going to start the game. But it was like, I guess we're going to do the Sam Ehlinger thing.
Yeah. I've seen some people being like, you're not actually going to do it. First of all, it's the tip of my pinky. It's the nail up. Second of all, it's essentially like a tattoo. Like I'd have a story for the rest of my life. Like, why are you missing the nub of why do you have the tip of your pinky gone? Well, the Colts started 0-3 in 2021 and they won the Super Bowl. It will suck, but I will do it. There's a nail up. That's nothing.
They gotta raise your pinky, the tip of your pinky, to the rafters there, like they have that like AFC finalist band.
No, I'll wear it as a necklace. Fuck that. Put it in a little formaldehyde.
There's a lot of guys with that.
It's
injury.
like Jaws,
right? And people,
shark tooth.
Like if you see someone with a nub, you automatically like, oh, what happened, dude?
You got to start shaking hands with your left hand. Then.
Yeah, it's not as cool as saying like, oh, I was manual labor. I got bit by a shark. I'm a fucking idiot, and I have shit for brains, and I didn't think Carson Wentz could ever win a Super Bowl. A little bit of a different story, but still a story.
It's still not going to happen. I'm convinced that the Colts, they're a nice team, but I don't see them getting past the second round.
Here's what will make me really nervous, is if the Titans somehow lose their last 2 games and the Colts win the AFC South. If the Colts win the AFC South and get a home playoff game to start, and Carson Wentz only has to win twice on the road to get to the Super Bowl, that will make me officially nervous. If they have to win 3, like right now, I think they would maybe play, I think it would be a pretty tough game to start the playoffs because they would be the wild card. So that makes me feel a little bit better knowing.
Right now they're the 5, they'd be at Buffalo, which is what it was last year.
Right. So I don't know. I mean, obviously they kicked the shit out of Buffalo at Buffalo, but having to go play at Buffalo, then at KC, that's a lot. I'm talking myself into it not happening.
I don't think
but I definitely... It is the most nervous I've been since the original year where the Texans won 9 in a row and got to the playoffs.
We also need to start having a conversation about realignment in the NFL. Like, what are the Colts doing in the South?
Cowboys
what are the Cowboys doing in the East?
Yeah.
Why is they should replace Indianapolis? Indianapolis should go to the West, and then Denver should be in the South.
Yeah, the Bissonnette.
Yep.
Divisions. All right. Billy, is that it?
Also, Dana White, he challenged, speaking of the Paul brothers, he challenged Jake Paul called him a cokehead, and Dana White said, I will exchange one random steroid test on you for 10 years of cocaine tests on me.
Yeah, because he doesn't have hair that they can cut out.
Also,
That's how they test coke.
Right.
Also, coke gets out of your system in like 2 days, and steroids.
Dana White is the smoothest man in the history of the planet. I don't think that he has any follicles that you can check.
They're also so rich, they're doing drugs that you can't test for.
Exactly.
They've got the limitless pills.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Exactly. I'm not worried about that. Jake.
My hot seat is Shad Khan, the owner of the Jaguars. It was announced that they're keeping their GM, and Jags fans are now changing their Twitter avatars to clown faces with Khan's mustache.
It is, Tony Khan is a friend of the program. Mm-hmm. I have seen a lot of the clown. Uncle Chaps did that. He made his avatar a clown. The Jaguars, and this goes for the Giants as well, I do not understand teams that don't flush it all out. Like if you're going to have your GM be kind of there, but also then you're going to hire a coach, and like your GM you're already nervous about, or like the Giants have done, or the Bears are thinking about keeping pace but firing Nagy. Like if your team is an abject failure, just flush the fucking thing out.
It's kind of like being an alcoholic and saying, I'm going to switch to beer.
Yeah.
Because whiskey makes me fight and stab people. So just the lagers from now on, I'll be fine. You should clean house. Like the old Bill Parcells thing, change the carpets, change everything about the place, bring people in. But I will say that when it comes to ownership, I would commit murder to have Shad Khan be the owner of the football team instead of Dan Snyder. Like it could get a lot worse. I don't think and to clarify, I would murder Dan Snyder. No one else.
Right.
But I don't think that it's fair to put this on Khan because, maybe he should probably think about somebody else besides Balky because Balky is the guy that hired Urban Meyer.
Well, and also Balky that was a spite pairing against Jim Harbaugh. It was Urban Meyer and Balky. Balky, remember, had a big falling out with Jim Harbaugh in San Francisco, so it felt like a big FU to him. It's fallen apart. Jim Harbaugh's in the college football playoff. Maybe get rid of the spite. Maybe it's bad karma. I'd go off karma. I would own a team off karma. Mm-hmm. Like, I would definitely make moves like, hey, the karma's not working here. Like, Michigan's gotten better, and Urban Meyer and Ohio State and Trent Baalke have gotten worse. We got to get something else going on here.
Yeah, I don't hate – I think that Shad Khan's fine. He's not the problem. He's not the problem in Jacksonville. We'll see who they hire this time. They just need to figure out a way to not blow it. The only way that they could make it as bad as Urban Meyer, if they try to do the same thing again, if they try to go after Dabo. And then you're like, wait, you really haven't learned anything whatsoever.
No, I think they're going to – Byron Leftwich would make sense.
Leftwich,
I think Doug Peterson,
Doug Peterson would be great.
Yep.
He was a good coach for a long time in Philadelphia.
won a Super Bowl.
He got the Washington football team to the playoffs last year.
It actually is crazy to when you say Doug Peterson won a Super Bowl in Philly 5 years ago. He just doesn't have a job right now.
Yeah.
It's a weird thing.
And also Jim Caldwell.
Yeah.
The guy took the Lions to the playoffs twice, I think.
And
he's basically
Kellen
a wizard.
Moore.
He's basically a wizard. Yeah, Kellen. Well, that's going to be funny because they're going to interview Kellen Moore and
Dan Quinn.
So they're going to go back to the whole Gus Bradley. We're going to get a former Pete Carroll defense coordinator, bald head, goatee.
Right.
Got it. Dan Quinn's coming. Jerry Jones might fire Mike McCarthy before the end of the season, even if they're still in the playoffs. If the Jaguars tell Kellen Moore we want to hire you right now to be your next head coach, Jerry Jones might be like, "See you later, Mike. We're riding with Kellen from this point on."
Yes. All right, your cool throwing?
Cool throwing is Squid Game. Looks like we're going to get 2 more seasons of that. I don't know if it'll hit the same like we saw with Tiger King. They had second season.
I haven't watched the first season. I have to still watch
hear about it, so we'll see if it picks up traction.
Squid Game is it's good. It's a good program.
It's on my list of things to watch after football season.
Yeah.
I just don't have time.
It hit during cuffing season, so that's why I think it's had that Tiger
Cuffing
King
season?
cult feel. Where
Wait, what do you think cuffing season is?
No, that's like Netflix and chill. It's getting cold.
Yeah, but
That's not-
what do you? When is cuffing season?
That's
when
not
it starts to get cold.
October.
No.
Didn't it come out in September?
Came
Yeah,
out a
that's
while
when it's starting
ago.
to get cold.
No,
No.
That's
Cuffing
football
season
season.
starts right now.
Cuffing season starts when football season's over and guys are like, okay, I can pretend to be emotionally available.
Till March Madness.
Cuffing
Yes.
season begins in October, lasts until just after Valentine's Day.
When did I think that's too early for cuffing season.
It is
but
too
okay.
early.
When did Squid Game come out?
Squid Game was, I think,
September 17th.
There you go.
But that's not when it got popular.
Yes, it is.
That's not
it
when
was
it started.
immediately
No,
When
popular.
it's
does
not
cuffing
immediately
season
part-
actually start? If it starts
October, it's
October
in October.
1st, that's wrong.
It was an overnight
It says it
sensation.
begins in
like 50
October.
cents.
October
saying it
1st
starts
is
to get
still
cold.
summer.
That's not cuffing. No,
Yeah.
no.
I
As
stick-
far
I
as I'm
stick by
concerned,
guns.
cuffing season starts January.
I think cuffing season starts right about now. Right between Thanksgiving and December and Christmas.
The person you kiss on New Year's Eve leads to the cuff.
Yeah, and you maybe kiss them beforehand. You're really that's when you kiss and you're like that was magical.
I actually want to know if
You
there's-
fucked them and now you kissed them.
Is anybody out there? Are you in a long-term relationship or married to a person that you kissed for the very first time when the ball
for
dropped on New Year's
sure.
Eve? That's
Absolutely.
magical. One day when I have kids, I'm going to tell them that was the first time your mom and I kissed.
Absolutely.
I'm just going to make up a lie.
That absolutely has happened. And then every year it's just as good as the first time.
Yep.
Right on New Year's. Okay, except for when there's college football playoffs that steal all of our New Year's. All right, let's get to Jim McElwain, coach of Central Michigan. Obviously, we taped this before the bowl game got canceled, so we're excited to talk about the matchup with Boise State in the Arizona Bowl. That will sound funny listening to, but great interview with a big-time football guy who's been in football for a very, very long time. Okay, we now welcome on a very special guest. It is Coach Jim McElwain, head coach of Central Michigan. Fire up chips. They are in the Barstool Sports Arizona Bowl. We're going to run this the day before the bowl game, so tomorrow, tune in. It's going to be great. Coach, very happy to have you on. Let's start with the bowl game. How are we feeling about the matchup with Boise, and are you excited, personally excited, to be in the first ever Barstool Sports Arizona Bowl game?
I got to tell you, when we got it announced to us, the energy in our team room, we were having dinner and the kids, the coaches, I mean, just to be part, look, we're all fans. I mean, we love what you guys do. And, for us to be able to go out there and be a part of it, man, we're really excited.
Yes, absolutely. I'm very, very pumped.
Yeah,
I love your team, by the way. I love watching Central Michigan. Daniel Richardson's. I actually made a tweet that was maybe not kind because when he first came onto the scene, I was like, I love this short, fat quarterback. He's not fat. He told me he's not fat, but he just bombs it. He bombs it, and I love how he plays.
You know what? He is, to see his progress and the way he's come, and like I said, he delivers the ball, and he's very catchable, and he's got a great understanding of the game, and handles the RPO game as well as I see a guy do it. And I'm proud of him, and just to see his growth, and he's a great leader. So he's fun to have on this team.
Yeah, we're excited to have you guys in this bowl game. It's going to be awesome. I was doing some research on you, and by research I mean I looked at your Wikipedia page, and there was a very fun fact on there that I wanted to dive in with you real quick on. It says that you were roommates with Colin Cowherd when you were in college.
Colin,
is that true?
Well, we weren't technically roommates. So we hung out at the same, at the same time doing the same stuff. In fact, I didn't know whether he ever went to class because, I mean, every day you'd go up to the gym rat, playing basketball. I think he was in there every single hour that the place was open. But no, we got to know each other, and obviously he's had an unbelievable career, and man, he's a lot of fun to listen to too. So.
Yeah. Do you ever recall him eating soup ever? Because he always talks about how much soup he eats, but I don't actually think that he's a brothhead.
No, but at Eastern Washington, it probably wasn't about the soup as much as it was to get the cheap beer. I mean, that's kind of that was really our deal.
Yes, absolutely. So, I think a lot of people remember you coaching at Florida because big time program. Central Michigan, in my opinion, is also a big time program. But I want to talk about your time at Central Michigan. You inherited a 1-11 team, and then the next year you turn them around. You get to the MAC championship. You win the MAC West. I know this sounds stupid, but how do you do that? Like, is it just culture? Is it, because we see it all the time, and it always impresses me, guys who are able to come into a bad situation and get results almost instantly with not a huge change of roster and talent.
Yeah, no, it's a lot to do with who you surround yourself with. I've been fortunate at all our stops to have great staff, everybody on the same page. And the most important thing is the kids know we really care about them. And I think that's probably from day one walking in here. Same thing we did at Colorado State, same thing we did at Florida, was, they've got to feel it. They've got to know that you're there for them. And I think probably a knock on me is I am a player's coach. I just love these kids. I love to see them be successful and do everything we can to help them. So, but I think that was a big piece, and that was part of the buy-in when we got here. And quite honestly, I think they were a little embarrassed, from the year before. So, credit those kids for stepping up and building the program into, we've got a pretty good thing going on here.
Yeah. When you say that you're a player's coach, do you do anything like, do you have any unusual motivational tactics? Or do you do like a turnover chain type thing, or dive into that a little bit?
I haven't bought into that stuff. I'm still trying to figure out how to use my iPhone. So, all that kind of stuff I'm not real big on. But I think the things that we do for them, and we listen, I meet with everybody on the team, 4 times a year, just one-on-one, just to get to know them, and find out about what makes them tick. And the biggest piece there, I think, is listening, and they know they can always walk in this office and I'll be here for them. And that's kind of been my career all along, and, you get into this business, you get in it for the kids, and, just to see them, and now being in it 34, 35 years, whatever it is, now seeing kids you coached have kids, use some of the same phrases that you did when you were coaching them with their own kids. It's pretty awesome.
Okay, another spot you had in your coaching, like you said, 35 years, was with Alabama under Nick Saban. And so I wanted to ask you this because it's a little different now. There seems like every coach just goes through the wash at Alabama. You were there from the beginning, and Coach Saban said a couple weeks ago that the fans were happy when they won a game at the beginning. Now they're not happy with winning SEC titles and being successful, 11 wins every year. What was it like in the beginning at Alabama for a guy like Saban to change that around and to turn that around? And what are the program recipes that he puts in to make them a monster?
Well, I mean, start with, look, arguably the greatest ever in what he does and what he's been able to do. I learned so much. His detail is incredible, and he never sits the same. It's always, you're always doing something new. You're always getting better, right? He's a firm believer in, you can't stay the same. You're either getting better or getting worse, right? And for him and the program, what they did and allowed him to do from the get-go, I think, as an administration in the university, is they cut him loose, and let him go do his job. And, that it's a testament to what he's been able to do. But I got to tell you, I learned so much from him, and it was a very simple message he gave all of us was, look, all I want you to do is work hard and be complete in what you do. And if we all kind of did that, then we all have a pretty good chance of being successful.
Yeah. Did he ever chew you out like some of the famous, Lane Kiffin, any of those moments where he gave it to you, maybe on the sideline or in practice?
Well, I think there were probably more than a couple, but it usually had to do with, maybe when we did some good things offensively against his defense.
Yeah,
always,
true.
But no, he and it was never. And if he ever does that, it's not personal. That some guys, I'm getting at.
Yeah.
It's and probably well deserved, when it does happen. But his competitive nature, man, he is one of the most competitive guys you'll ever be around.
Yeah, it's like when you're up 40-14 against Tennessee in the fourth quarter and there's a false start, and then he just rips into one of the coaches on the sidelines. That's the stuff that we laugh at a little bit on TV because it's like, relax, man, you win by 30 points, everything will be fine. But that's, I guess, what makes him such a great coach is he doesn't care and he just wants excellence, right?
Well, and that's right, and it isn't. It's about the personal performance and how you perform, and. I just got to tell you, man, he's a great guy to be around. He's actually a lot more fun than maybe comes across. And there are no surprises. I think that's what was great working with him. There was never a surprise. You knew exactly the plan and what was next. And, I get a real kick out of how he evolves. With the game. I think you see it over and over again. So, and he always has a plan to get the program better, whether it's in facilities, whether it's in, mental conditioning coaches, whether it's in, there's always something that is new that he does, and he's able to keep it fresh.
Yeah.
And you stopped by Michigan for a little bit with our friend Coach Harbaugh. All-time football guy there. And we actually had Frank Gore on the show a couple weeks ago, and he was talking to us about how when Coach Harbaugh was in San Francisco, he would still take some reps sometimes at quarterback. Yeah. And so you're the wide receiver coach at Michigan. Did he ever get some like one-on-one work with your guys? He's like, let me see if the arm still got it?
You know what? He would, and he can still sling it now. He every now and then he'll go out and he'll throw some routes and do that kind of stuff. You talk about another really, really good dude. He is really a good dude.
I got one last Saban question. So the famous stat that we would see every single time he'd go up against a former assistant of his finally got broken this year when Jimbo beat him.
Yeah,
Did you reach out to Jimbo and you're like, thank you, I appreciate that, because I was sick of my name being up on ESPN every year, like 3 times a year, whenever he went up against an assistant and beat him.
Yeah, the first time he beat us, I took a Colorado State team in there, and I think we might have been a little overmatched. But no, I tell you what it is, though. I think that's really a credit to him, to coach. And you look at the tree that he's produced, pretty impressive. A lot of guys out there.
Yeah. All right, so you spent some time with our good friend Caleb. That video is going to be coming out probably the same time that this show comes out.
Gotcha.
So can we talk about it? Because it sounds like you actually – I talked to Caleb. He says that you had some good fun with it, and I think that we can finally put it to rest. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's the famous shark photo that was not Jim McElwain, but people accused him of it being Jim McElwain. It was basically like a message board run wild internet story. Now, when that happened, when you first saw it, was there a small part of you that was like, wait, is that me?
Well, I mean, I actually was kind of like, wow, this guy does look like me, right? And so, to meet the actual person and to hear the story behind it, I grew up in Montana. It's all about busting guys' chops. I mean, that's what you do every day. And I thought it was actually pretty hilarious myself. And then it started to take that life, and when PETA starts coming after your ass, right, you got to be a little careful.
PETA should have been happy with you. It looked like that person was having a great time with the shark. In a situation like that, I imagine it probably took a few minutes to have it truly sink into you, like exactly what was going on and why people were talking. That's not something that's in any media, any media prep sheet. Or you don't have any training on how to deal with a situation like that. It must have felt like it was just a weird dream that you were living in for a couple of days there.
The hard part was it wasn't on me, as much as, my kids and my family, that kind of deal where, they're having to answer questions like, and then I start scratching my head a little bit when it affects, the people around you.
Yeah. Well, I think everyone should go watch the video, because I talked to Caleb before we did this interview, and I think that you handled it perfectly. And it's like one of those things that, when you can laugh at yourself and be like, this is ridiculous. And Caleb got the actual guy and reunited the two of you, which is an all-time internet, like it's a perfect ending to an internet story.
Sure. Absolutely. You get stuff like that, and I guess, whatever, Deadspin or whatever, people like that. But when, like, mainstream media started to kind of get behind it, I was getting there going, now, wait a minute.
And you have to answer to it? Yes, it's like PFT said. It's not really – you don't learn that. I don't think any of your mentors at any point were like, all right, well, if there's ever a picture of a guy humping a shark that looks like you, here's what you do.
Here's the booklet.
Yeah.
No, there was no game plan on that at all.
So I feel like that might have been a Nick Saban special. He was just trying to get under your skin. He's like, I know how I can deal with this guy.
That's exactly right. But no, I tell you what, it was a cool deal, and to meet the guy, because people had said the New York former cop and all that kind of stuff, and to actually meet him in person and take a picture with him.
Incredible.
I was like, man, this is pretty cool.
Yeah. All right. So I got to ask one other photo that I need an answer to. And you might not remember this one, but when you got hired at Florida and then they had you guys doing the SEC summer tour, you had one of the most hellacious sunburns I've ever seen on a person.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, I don't know. Does Coach McElwain know the Florida sun is like pretty hot? And you had like, it looked like you'd been wearing sunglasses too. And that was an all timer. What happened there?
Obviously, I spent too much time on the boat that day, right out in the lake at Flathead. That was probably what I did. But that's like an every year occurrence for me. You go ahead and fry yourself, and then it all comes back.
Yeah, I would imagine that's. I mean, being part of the SEC, both as an assistant and a head coach, like it's got to be. It's just different, right? Like everything becomes a story. Every little thing that you do becomes this big media thing because people are so passionate about football and talking about it in the off season.
And yet, that's what's kind of cool about it. I mean, yeah, there's good and bad, but the one thing is the passion of the people in the South for the game of football, and playing in those stadiums, they really care about their teams, and that's kind of the neat part about being involved in it.
Yeah.
And yet, like I said, they'll take whatever and run with it. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, and now it seems like you found a good home in Central Michigan, and I was reading that you now live in a barn, and we actually have somebody that is close to this show who's a barn living enthusiast. I think he spent, like a year in a barn. Do you have any tips for anyone who's maybe thinking about becoming a barn dweller?
Well, I'll tell you what, I think I'm all about it, man. This is really cool. I mean, what they did here. The purpose behind it is, in recruiting, what's your point of difference? Well, for us, it's selling our families and our togetherness. And this allows us a space now, bring recruits, bring the players, all that kind of stuff. And it's really cool.
Yeah.
I'm glad we did it. I know that. I think my wife was scratching her head maybe a little bit when, hey, this guy's going to build us a place to live in this barn, you know? And yet she did a great job of helping design it. And it's a place we go after games, obviously. We've been very fortunate to win a lot of home games here. So I think my dog, she knows whether we won or not. It's based on the people count.
Vibe in the barn. Yeah. So it sounds like it's a pretty nice barn as far as barns. You're like doing the glamping, the glamour. You live the glamorous barn lifestyle. It's like fully decked out, nice little meeting space. It's not what you think of. Like there's no hay on the ground.
No hay on the ground. No, not at all. It's a really cool place. And I'll say that. And when people come in and we're able to, entertain and do things that way, it's a great spot for it.
So I love to ask coaches and players what the hardest place to play is, and usually it's LSU at night, or even the Swamp or Columbus. I got to ask you, what's the hardest place to play in the MAC on a Tuesday night in November? Because that's MACtion to me, and there's not a lot of fans. Maybe it might not be sold out, but what is the place that when you go, you're like, all right, we got this circle. This one, it's gonna be hairy.
Yeah, I'd have to say Western Michigan. And that probably has to do with the rivalry and that kind of thing. And actually, we played them. There was actually a pretty good crowd for a weeknight there. On that, I think a lot of people came out, but that would be one of the places. But you say about tough places to play. I think one of the most underrated places that's a tough place to play is actually at the University of Montana in Missoula.
Ooh, yeah.
Let me tell you something now. That place is 25,000 people every game, and they are rabid, and it is loud. That one I think is a little unknown.
Yes.
I haven't been in all these other stadiums, but that's as loud a place as you'll ever play.
I like that answer.
And you're a Montana guy through and through. Have you watched Yellowstone?
Yeah, I actually kind of started to, because this latest one, they were doing season 4. They filmed it in my hometown in Missoula. A lot of the shots, in fact, the latest episode where they shoot the guys in the diner, that's Ruby's right down the road from where I lived. So, so I kind of watch it for that.
Yeah. Who's your favorite character? I'm a Beth guy. I like Beth.
Yeah, I mean she's a tough one, man. But I kind of like the Rip guy, man. I mean, he just he'll take. I like the guys that are kind of like they handle things right, and no questions asked.
Yeah,
that kind of guy I like.
Yeah, he'll roll up on you with a cooler with a rattlesnake inside. That's pretty badass.
That's right. Yeah,
I haven't seen the show, so I'm just laughing along.
I actually have a lot of questions about the rattlesnake. Like, does he have a rattlesnake farm that he just goes to when he needs to kill somebody? How long had it been in that cooler? Did he just find the rattlesnake on his way to kill the guy, and then he's like, I can use this? I got a lot of outstanding questions about the rattlesnake murder.
I'm gonna watch the show. It sounds like a great show.
Watch it for the scenery.
Yeah,
that really the reason probably I watch it more than anything is just because it's seeing home.
Yeah,
that's
where I grew up, and so the plot and all that whatever, but the rest of it, that's what makes it.
So I had two last questions. The first one was we love football guys on this show. We love guys that love football, but also find different ways to motivate their teams. You had a famous way when you went to Central Michigan that you had a no dead fish policy. That you said, to quote you said, go ahead and walk by Kroger, take a look at the faces on those fish. If you come into the office like that, get the heck out. There are no dead fish. I want guys with energy and excitement. So did you ever have to kick a dead fish out?
Absolutely. I mean, you don't want them around, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, and I tell them the story like Winnie the Pooh, right? Who wants to be around Eeyore? Right?
Yeah.
The guy just makes you miserable, right?
Yeah.
Look, life's way too short to be miserable. So, the whole dead fish thing, and this goes back, obviously, went to school to Eastern Washington, recruited a lot on the coast there in Seattle. And when you see those guys throwing the fish, the dead fish across at Pike Street Market, and then you walk and you look at them, and man, them fish are miserable. Man, if you just think about it,
they're dead.
Right? So they're dead, and they got no energy. They're just dead, and there's nothing worse than that.
Literally,
there's nothing worse than that.
So what do you say to a guy if he's got dead fish energy? Are you just like, hey, fix the tune, come back and see me when you got a spark in your soul?
Toss him out.
Or what do you do?
Street Market.
Well, thank God we're recruiting bigger players now. I can't lift them up and toss them. Maybe I could have when we were first here, but no, we just it goes back to kind of like, hey, what are you selling today, right? And we've got a policy here that when you enter the building, look, all I'm asking for is this time, right? And let's make the best of it. But most importantly, let's learn how we affect the people around us in a positive way. And that's really what it's all about.
Yeah. All right, so my last question, and this is more not even a question. Well, actually, it is a question. So when you left Florida, like we said, the SEC is a tough place to coach. People come at you from all different angles.
Yeah, but I tell you what, I had a great time.
Yeah.
No regrets. I mean, shoot, kid from Montana having an opportunity to coach at a storied place like that. We've got great friends still from there. Just the disappointing things, you don't get an opportunity to finish it, because we had some great recruiting classes and we were winning. So,
It's the nature of the SEC. But I wanted to mention, so when you left, you sold your house and everyone made the joke because you sold it for a $400,000 loss. So everyone's like, oh, another loss for Jim McElwain. Turns out you did it because you were helping a family with 2 disabled children. So I kind of just want to mention that. It's one of those stories, we talk about all the other stuff. We make fun of coaches or we say something about a coach, and then we don't highlight the stuff that they do that maybe they're not doing for publicity, because you didn't ask for publicity there. People busted you up about taking another loss, but you did it for a family. How did that all come about?
Well, we had met the family actually through their, our time there, and they had been by the house a couple times, and they had mentioned that just kind of the way it was set up, it was maybe a opportunity, for the kids, and actually give one of the son maybe a little bit of freedom, from that standpoint, just the way it was set up. And it just made too much sense, and, there again, it's all about giving. And that's kind of the way I was brought up, and that's what we've always done. So, not really that big a deal. It was an easy decision, right? Because you knew it was going to go to somebody that needed it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Great story, and I love it. Yeah, it's a great message.
Coach, I've been talking to a few football coaches over the years, trying to spread the gospel of the planned downfield lateral becoming more prevalent in football, college football, and the NFL, because I actually think that it could change the game. I think that a coach that can implement smart, planned out, almost rugby-style pitches on certain plays, kind of you see it from time to time with a hook and ladder. But there are other ways that you can scheme open a receiver on a certain play to have a player taking an angle behind him ready for the pitch. That's not just the normal hook and ladder. And I've started to see it a little bit more, at least in the NFL. You saw the Jets do it last week. The Chiefs have done it a few times. Is that something that you've ever considered putting into your playbook if you do it in a smart way to kind of limit to mitigate the risk that might be coming forward with a turnover off of it?
Yeah, I mean, some of that stuff actually can even happen just kind of spur of the moment. You'll see, a guy getting tackled and his buddy behind him and, flip it to him too. The design piece, probably not something that I have really kind of thought about from that standpoint. We obviously do the rugby part, and we've got a couple of those in special teams, that we use and we work on. And then a couple last plays that we work on with the same thing. But as far as implementing it, in your day-to-day playbook, it's actually not a bad idea. In fact, as soon as I get off, I'm going into the offensive staff room right now.
Let's go.
Get that shit in.
I love it. Yeah,
Lou Nichols to Pimpleton.
Tell him.
There you go. Yeah.
Tell him. Go pull up some clips of the Fijian rugby team and watch how they offload the ball, because the coach that figures out how to do it safely is going to change the game of football offensively. It's going to be every other coach is going to have to play catch up to that guy, trying to figure out how they were able to implement it first. So, baby steps in this, but I want to give you the opportunity to be a trailblazer.
I love it. Baby steps. One of the greatest, what about Bob?
Yes.
Baby steps.
Yes.
Is one of the greatest ever.
It really is.
Yeah.
It really is.
I'm Dr. Leo Marvin.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dr. Leo Marvin.
Baby
That's
steps.
right.
Baby steps. All right, well, Coach, thank you so much. We'll see you in Arizona. We're very excited. I'm on the call, so I got to be unbiased, but I do love Maction. Let's just leave it at that.
Well, I really appreciate you guys taking the time. And just total side note, and I think I've said it, but I just want to reiterate it. What Barstool did during the COVID time, and what they did to generate money for these bar owners and restaurant owners and people in need, to me, that was awesome.
Yeah.
And hats off to your guys' company, man, because that's pretty cool.
Appreciate
we like to
it.
eat and
Appreciate
drink,
it, Coach.
so it
Yes.
was an easy choice to pay those people back.
Yes.
There you go.
Yes. All right, Coach. Safe flight to Arizona. We'll see you soon.
See you guys.
All right. Okay, Jim McElwain was brought to you by our friends at Owens Craft Mixers. Go to owensmixers.com. Check out the store locator to find a store that has Owens near you. Owens Craft Mixers give anybody the ability to make a high-quality cocktail right at home. It's perfect for people like us who don't have a clue about how to make cocktails from scratch. You literally just pour your favorite liquor, then just add Owens, and you're good to go. It's that easy. They have a variety of mixers that pair with any spirit, ginger beer, margarita, cranberry, the Barstool Transfusion, and others. Owens is at the majority of stadiums and arenas across the country. So if you're going to a game, football, hockey, basketball, get yourself an Owens cocktail. Go to owensmixers.com and check the store locator to find a store that has Owens near you. Or if you don't feel like getting off the couch, order on Amazon or get it delivered in less than 30 minutes on GoPuff. Go to owensmixers.com right now. Check it out. They go perfect with any spirit you have out there. So owensmixers.com. Check it out. You can order on GoPuff or Amazon. owensmixers.com. Okay, guys on chicks. What do you got? What are you laughing about?
I'm just laughing at the video that Billy texted the group chat. Antonio Brown continuously farting in front of his doctor. It just seemed childish to me, Dr. Prisk said. I'm a doctor, and this man is farting in my face. It's Antonio Brown getting electric stimulation on his body, which is making his muscles
fart.
twitch. I'm going to play that one again.
It's pretty freaking low. There's some bodybuilders.
Oh, my God. That should be on the list. That's on the list. All right, guys on chicks, then we're going to do our weekend preview and picks, which the drive to LA is going to really come down to it. Mm-hmm. All right. TJ.
Hey.
Go ahead.
Guys, my boyfriend and I have been dating for 2 years, and we recently moved in together. Everything has been fine up until recently when he sent me a meme relating to shitting on each other's chest. For the record, I think it was disgusting. While he said it was a joke, recently he's continued to bring it up, saying it would be so funny if he actually did it to me, and will not let it go. I'm starting to think this is something he actually desires, and I'm becoming increasingly uncomfortable sharing a bed with him. What's my next step?
I think it's more of a red flag that he's sending memes to you.
Yeah.
I feel like that's you don't send memes to somebody that you're in a relationship with. You steal the memes and then you verbally tell them to them when you're out to dinner so you sound funny.
Yeah, what are you going to say, Billy?
You absolutely send memes to people.
Wait, you
don't
said
send
funny tweets and stuff, yeah, and memes, yeah.
No, you send like videos of dogs that are having a great time playing with an elephant.
I think you send funny. I send funny stuff like tweets and shit and memes. Yeah,
you at no point should you like screenshot a meme of the guy being like one does not simply walk through Hodor or whatever the fuck that guy says, and like send that. You don't send Willy Wonkas to somebody that you're
not those memes, but there's funny like memes that you'll see on the internet. Not shitting on people. That one's weird. But I absolutely think you share funny things you find on the internet with your partner. Absolutely. All day.
I don't think I never want to see the impact font come across my text thread.
You're a meme hater.
There's modern memes.
Yeah, you're a meme hater. Yeah, you are. You're living in the past with memes.
To find a
There's
meme.
modern memes. There's getting new memes every day.
You send screenshots.
It's not
of
just
memes.
Crying Jordan and Willy Wonka.
We literally have a guy.
Name memes.
I love memes. That's totally different to be posting memes online.
You're insulting memes as love language.
Yeah.
All right, memes. Memes, are you there? I can't see behind my head. Yeah. Is there a meme?
I don't have eyes in the back of my head.
Could you ever send a meme to a girl and be like, this meme is going to get her so wet? She's going to love this meme.
I mean, it's funny enough.
Yeah, you're also not like trying to. It's not like trying to get. It's like just funny things to. Like it's not all about always like I want to try to get her wet. Like it's just hey, this is funny. Let's laugh.
That's where you and I differ.
I guess so. It's just having a funny banter back and forth.
No, but as for the shit on the chest, it's I don't think he actually means it.
I think he was trying to do a little trial balloon.
Are there actually people out there that like shitting on other people's chests?
What is it, Odell?
No, he likes getting shit on.
Yeah, that's right.
Right?
Well, then I would
Allegedly.
assume the person that he finds probably likes to shit on him.
I think they're just like, I'll tolerate
2 to tango.
I'll tolerate dating an all-pro wide receiver if it means that he'll crap on my areolas every now and again.
All right, next one.
Hey, part of my take crew. My boyfriend of almost 3.5 years listens to your podcast every week and worships the ground you all walk on. For this past year, Spotify Wrapped, his number one artist was Olivia Rodrigo, and his top 3 songs were by her too. Do you think I'm doing a good job as his girlfriend if all he listens to is depressing songs about breakups? Thanks, guys.
Ooh.
It sounds like he's in touch.
Some of those are bangers.
He's in touch with his
Yeah, I was going to say she rocks.
Yeah, some of those are bangers. Like I think you have to weed through it. Like, does this song rock no matter what is being said? Or is it like he's just listening to Taylor Swift over and over, being like, I can't wait till we break up, where this actually hits me even more?
Good for You is just a good song.
Yeah, but there's a... Listen, I'm not going to judge because we spend way too much time thinking about football and sports and gambling and everything, but the equivalent of that is the females out there that light a candle every night and listen to Taylor Swift on repeat.
I don't want to put this in your head.
Kelly Keegs, I like you. Don't get mad at me.
I don't want to put this in your head to the person that wrote in, but there's another possibility here that he might share a Spotify account with a girl.
Yeah.
And it's invaded his most listened to
his ex-girlfriend.
Because somehow my account got linked up like 4 years ago with a guy that lives in El Salvador and listens to nothing but El Salvadorian music. And so in my recommended for you playlist, always one of them is just a bunch of songs by Central American artists. And it confused. I have no idea how it happened, but we might be looking at a similar situation.
Yeah.
I hope not.
You're right.
But just put the screws to him a little bit.
Memes, next one.
My boyfriend ruins the moment when he has to go pee before sex every time. He says he needs to empty his pipe before using it.
He's jacking off.
He's jerking off because he's a 2-pump chump.
Yeah. He's firing off a warning shot.
Yeah.
I get turned off and shut him down when he comes back from the bathroom every time. Any advice?
Roman swipes.
Yeah, Roman swipes. Actually,
Billy.
Good call, Billy.
Call.
Roman swipes.
Yeah, just don't let him drink water.
Yeah, or just be like, hey, instead of jerking off in the toilet, why don't I just jerk you off and then I'll fuck your limp noodle.
We'll just
that's sexier. Yeah. Yeah, sorry, but this guy needs to just offer up Roman swipes.
Well, it sounds like he's not even lying about it.
He is because he's saying he's peeing.
No, he says he's got to go empty the pipes.
Yeah. That was the exact phrasing? Yeah,
yeah,
so he's not even lying
I think
about
that she's just misinterpreting it.
Yeah.
My husband and I are expecting our first child in 2 weeks, and it's a girl. Considering my husband has used the ultrasound measurements to calculate which sport she will likely excel the most in, while also praying she doesn't arrive on a Sunday, we could use all the help over here. Dad Cat, any advice on what you would give to a soon-be girl dad?
Yeah, I mean, it is very funny, like, thinking, I think that it's the macho thing before you have a kid where you're like, oh, I can't wait to teach my son or my daughter to play this sport, or I'm going to tie their hand behind their back, have them be a lefty. And then they arrive and you're like, I just want them to be healthy. And also, given my personal genetics, I don't know this person, like there is a 0% chance either of my kids play any type of sport at a high level. So I let's be honest with ourselves here. Like my son just started learning how to shoot in the little Tykes, basketball hoop. He sucks at it, and he probably will suck forever, and that's okay because I fucking love the kid.
It really speaks to what most guys are like before they have kids.
Yes.
That we're only able to think of things in terms of sports.
Yeah.
And so if we see it doesn't matter that it's your kid and then it's on an ultrasound and it's going to be a real person that you'll get to meet in a couple weeks. Our brains are just wired to be like, look at those hamstrings. She's a sprinter.
Yeah, or like you're like when you're hanging out with your boys in like college, you're like, oh, my kid's gonna beat up your kids. Like now that we all have kids, I would never want my kid to get hurt under any circumstances. So no, thank you. On behalf of him.
Look at the neck on this kid. We got a future Takeo Spikes.
Yeah. Did you see that tweet of that woman who has like a 7-year-old who did a Wakanda Forever? Where
that was a great one.
It's like my kid said, "It's so unfair that my whole childhood's going to be coronavirus." Now that I have children, all those tweets are even funnier because it's like, I obviously a 7-year-old and a 2.5-year-old are very different, but I don't think my child is ever going to be bringing up those type of topics. To me.
She said allegedly, "I've had a corona childhood. Does that mean I'm going to have a coronavirus life?"
Yeah. Yes.
I mean, that's a very insightful 7-year-old.
Yes. Be like, yes.
I like to imagine that 7-year-old doesn't even exist. It's just a lady had a psychotic break online.
Well, I
and
think
invented a family.
I think it's I think there's like a whole corner of the internet where all these people like to trade these stories to make themselves feel like great parents because they're like, look how smart my kid is. Because I went to that woman's Twitter feed and she had also retweeted someone saying, I turned to my 5-year-old today and said, I wish we could just lay in bed and snuggle all day. And my 5-year-old said, you would get dehydrated. Like, what? What kids are you raising that's what they think about?
That's weird. That's
really
very,
weird.
That's very bizarre. But that would be a great pickup line for somebody to use in an actual relationship.
That's like my son. He does is he says I need park. He needs to go to the park. He's like I need to go to the park.
I need cars. I'm going to invent a fake child for myself who's actually going to be the opposite. Who's going to be the dumbest kid ever online.
Just be a kid.
I'm going to make up stupid shit that they say like they're actively wrong about everything.
Yeah.
Be a good bit.
All right. We have any more? That's it?
Last one. Hi, Cat, Pift, and Honk. This sounds weird, but it's actually true.
Hank's not here because he got bullied by Bills fans.
This sounds weird, but it's actually true.
Credit to us, by the way, because Hank asked us not to say any V-word shaming, which we haven't done.
No, I'm very happy that Hank
we just said that Bills fans have bullied him off Twitter, which will make him equally as mad. But we followed his rules.
Every Bills fan out there, send a nice tweet to Hank today.
Tomorrow morning, when you hear this,
send him a nice tweet. Very, very nice. Maybe talk about how great the Week 13 Super Bowl was.
Yeah.
This sounds weird, but it's actually true and seriously annoying. Every time my boyfriend and I have sex, it starts out great, but then my boyfriend uses a weird robot voice and says things like, mating sequence initiated and penis equals erect, ready for insertion. And it really gets me out of the mood. He says he's been doing it for years, and I'm the only one who's ever had a problem with it. How can I get him to stop, or should I just let him keep going? Thanks.
I think you got to go over the top with it. You got to be more robotic than he is.
Yeah. Was it? Was he fucking,
pod doors are open.
Was he fucking a robot before? I like this. This guy's got. Listen, he's doing something different.
It's not as cool as the guy that would call out audibles when he was trying to switch positions. Remember that guy who'd say like Omaha, Omaha.
You should
flip
just
her over.
You should just reverse it on him. Just be like powering down and like just go limp. It's just a total reversal on the robot.
Give him the blue screen of death.
Yeah. The red ring of death as well. That was Xbox.
The Xbox
Red Ring of Death. Shout out to anyone who went through the Red Ring of Death and like tried to do like there was this whole entire video that showed you how you could fix it, and it was like a blow dryer and like some super glue and all these steps, and you just essentially what happened was it was like a 1% chance you could fix it, and a 99% chance you fucked up the warranty, so you could never get like a new Xbox.
There were actually online communities that were built around the red screen of death. Like message, but it was a very active topic. I'm sure, Billy, if you look up on the bodybuilding forums, there's probably at least 7 powerful threads on there about how to deal with the red screen.
That's probably the worst thing that happened to me in like the year of 2005. I want to say maybe. When did Xbox come out?
Oh, it was before that, I think.
Yeah, it might have been before
I had Xbox when I was a freshman in college. That's when we were playing. That's when I truly fell in love with Madden. I used to always love playing it, but Madden 2004
360
was probably the best video game of all time.
Was that the first Xbox?
No, but didn't the original one not have the ring?
Yeah, at 360 was the like 2005. Yeah, it was at 360. Red Ring of Death. All right, should we do our picks? What are you gonna say, Billy?
Looking at this bodybuilding forum, my Xbox won't turn on.
There we go.
Red Ring.
That's a big deal.
What did they say? What did they say to do?
I'm looking through
Real
it.
ones will
Squats.
know.
They just do.
Red Ring of Death.
You got to squat
ruined
deeper.
Me. Because I remember
sent it off for a few weeks, right?
Yeah, you set it off. It was like $99, which in college that's a lot of money. And it was I remember it was almost essentially like Breaking Bad. We were like cooking meth in our apartment trying to fix the Xbox. The amount of tools and weird shit we had to do. And it didn't work. It literally was just meant. I think it was actually written by Xbox so that everyone would ruin their warranty and have to buy a new Xbox. All right, let's do it. Picks. Give us an update. So here's what we did this week. We all texted memes our picks separately, and so he has all of our picks. So there's no cheating, no issues with that. Memes will say Hank's picks out loud when we go around. Jake, give us the breakdown. I think Liam's in the best spot, right?
Liam is in the best spot. So PFT is 2 games up on Hank.
Okay.
Who's a game and a half up on me. You're a half game behind me, so you're 2 games behind Hank.
In second place. Second place and last place are going.
And then Liam is 2.5 behind you, and he's 2.5 up on Billy. So Liam is 2.5 games separated from danger. Everyone else is within 2.
Wow.
With 8 left. So no one's safe.
You're in pretty good shape, Big Cat. You and Bubba
I would say
okay.
Liam.
No, because
Big Cat, me.
If Jake and I bust
PFT.
out like a 3-1 and Hank goes a 1-3, we're in second place.
Hank's too good of a gambler, though.
But this is a diabolical way to do this, and it's what we wanted is happening. We've accomplished what we wanted, and that's that this is coming down to the end, and everyone's can be fucked. Like if Billy goes 8-0.
New game.
Well, Billy,
that's not going to happen.
I think Billy needs to go at least 2-2 to have a heartbeat going into next.
I think he's got to go 8-0.
I think Billy's going to absolutely choke down the stretch and finish a resounding last place.
Billy,
I think Billy's low key pumped for the trip. 8-0. Like I'm low key pumped for the trip. I think Billy's low key pumped for the trip.
Billy,
too.
go 8-0.
I was thinking about it. Like I could just go 2-2 both weeks, pick the over and under, but I'm not. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do
this game.
Yeah. I'm not going to do it.
The whole point of doing this was it was supposed to be a punishment that we all didn't want to do.
I didn't want to do it.
I know.
Now I want to do it.
But Billy,
I don't think it's ruining it to just simply admit the fact that cross-country road trip sounds like a good time to me right now.
Cross-country road trip is fun, but it was supposed, like, you understand doing this for an entire season.
I just flipped into a positive mindset.
I still very much don't want to do it.
Yeah, go 8-0, Billy.
Shooting for the top or crashing and burning.
Billy, why don't you start? You're going to go 8-0.
Favorites? My favorites are Rams by 3.5 against the Ravens.
That's mine as well.
That's mine too.
That's mine as well.
Oh, no.
And me.
Oh, no. And Hank?
Hank has Titans -3.5.
Okay.
All right.
Wow. So that just erased. Now it's down to 7 games.
Mm-hmm. That's kind of good for non.
I mean, we can't reverse what we did.
5 people.
We can't reverse it because this is what we did, and this is the whole reason that we texted memes.
Mm-hmm.
But you would be a fucking moron if you're listening to this right now and you don't bet the Ravens.
Yeah.
Like 5 out of 6 of us having the same pick. Has that happened?
Not 5.
Can I be honest with you? This game was my sucker play of the week. I was like, everybody's going to love the Rams. Everyone's going to remember how bad the Ravens have looked with their backup quarterback situations. And I think this is going to be where we get to see the finesse Rams come back, where they're going to get shoved around a little bit.
Here's the thing.
But I love the Ravens so much that I flipped it on myself at the last second.
I just don't know. The Ravens are like completely decimated on their defense. Like even if Lamar plays, the Rams are going to be able to pass all over them. Joe Burrow just had 500 yards. Like, the Rams have the same amount of weapons that the Bengals do. Mm-hmm. This is going to be, honestly, if you're listening to this right now and you don't bet the Ravens, you're a fucking moron.
Memes, you said Titans for
Titans
Hank?
for Hank.
3.5?
Titans for Hank. 3.5. He's disrespect. Hank is, just based on this pick alone, you can tell how nervous Hank is of, like, Judgment Day, of the Dolphins beating the Patriots week 18 and going to the playoffs.
They have the Jaguars.
I understand, but if the Dolphins win this game, like, Hank is saying to himself, the Titans are going to kill the Dolphins. The Dolphins suck. I don't have to worry about the Dolphins week 18.
Is it a possibility that we get into a situation where Hank, going into week 18, could fall out of second place? Jake could take his spot in second place if Jake picked the Dolphins to beat the Patriots. And so then Hank has to root for the Dolphins so that he doesn't go on the trip.
It's definitely
That would be great. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
All right, underdogs.
Hank,
Billy.
3.5, by the way. I know
3.5.
I want to say all the numbers.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Thank you, Jake.
So we are sure.
My underdog is Cardinals by 5.5.
Okay.
So they're on a 2-game losing streak. They're playing a big game against the Cowboys. I think they need to win this game to have any confidence. I think they're going to want it more. The Cowboys, I think, may be in like chill for the playoffs mode.
So Big Cat brought up that stat about Cliff Kingsbury and how he's Mr. Weeks 1 through 7.
Yeah. 1 through 9. Let's give him credit.
1 through 7 is his worst stretch over the last 3 years that he's been in the NFL. But somebody brought up a graphic that goes back way farther as head coach from Doug Clawson. So it goes all the way back to 2013 when he was coaching Texas Tech in every season from there. Games 1 through 7 in every season, 42, 20, and 1. The rest of the year, 16 and 43.
Now
he's got a vitamin D problem. That's the only thing I can think of.
So I saw this. The only reason that in my mind it like doesn't hold up is that Texas Tech plays cupcakes in September.
It's still a stat.
So it's like 4-0 automatically. NFL. Yeah, no, it's still a stat. It's still a stat.
No, but it's not just like 4-0. There are a lot of.
No, I know, but
it's like
they start 4-0 every year. Yeah,
7-0, 5-2.
All right, so Cardinals. So you're going against the Cliff Kingsbury.
5.5. Yeah.
Okay. Jake.
I took the Dolphins plus 3.5.
Okay,
head to head with Hank. This is huge.
That is huge. That game will decide a lot.
If the Dolphins cover, not only they're more alive in the playoff picture, but
they have to win.
Right, they'd have to win. But say they do win and cover, Hank and I are pretty much even. But if Hank wins, it probably eliminates the Dolphins, and it could put Hank closer to the road trip.
Second place. All right.
So.
I'm doing the respect game. You have to. Automatic. Might even make it a game of the year. Pittsburgh Steelers plus 3.5 Monday night. Big Ben's last home game. Have to.
I was just thinking about what Big Ben's career is going to be like post-retirement. I feel like he's going to be the new Dan Marino or Joe Theismann, where he does like every commercial.
Yeah.
Big Ben's going to be on TV for copper fit knee braces, selling his BB7 diet method.
He'll definitely have a job with the Steelers in some like capacity that isn't real.
Football ambassador.
Yeah.
Big
they'll
Ben.
give him a title that makes him feel like vice president of football things. They might even put things in there for him.
Big Ben should just be a spokesperson for WebMD.
Yeah.
He's like, how are you feeling? Do you have a tickle in the back of your throat?
He should just be
Look it up on WebMD.
He should just be the chat operator. So like when you log on to WebMD and they're like, I see you've logged on. Can I help you with anything? It's actually Big Ben. Mm-hmm. Hi, my name is Ben. I've had every injury that's ever occurred. How can I help you?
Yeah, you got a torn labrum in your hip.
Yeah. Oh, that reminds me of week 12 in 2012 when I shouldn't have played, but I did.
Someone's like, my head kind of aches. Sounds like you were riding a motorcycle.
Just like, do you have a game this week? That's how he asked the first question. Hi, it's Big Ben. Do you have a game this week? Mm-hmm. Okay, you can play.
Yeah, listen, every other doctor that you'll ever talk to is going to tell you that you can't do it. But if you really believe in yourself, you can get through this one.
All right, your underdog, PFT.
Texans plus 12.5 at the 49ers. Jimmy G's got the injury. He's got a finger, right?
Is it going to be Trey Lance?
He's got a finger. We're going to get maybe Trey Lance. They'll at least sprinkle a little Trey Lance for us, I think.
I would agree.
I think Kyle Shanahan said that Trey Lance has had the best month of practice that he's had all year, which is a good thing that he's better now than he was at the start of the year.
Yep.
Because he stunk when he got in.
Yep.
That was against the Cardinals, right?
He ran the touchdown play that one time.
Yeah.
But yeah, the whole game against the Cardinals was bad.
That stunk. And also, Texans are hot.
Yeah.
Plus 12 and a half.
They're starting
right
to
now
believe.
It's 13. Do we want to keep it at 12 and a half?
No, give him
the
13.
Extra point?
No, give him 13. All right. Liam.
I've got Falcons plus 14.
Ooh, at Buffalo.
Yes. Buffalo has just been hot coming off a big win. I feel like Falcons kind of keep it close.
They are
What about the coin math, Bubba? Did you hear me when I was talking about the coin math?
Yeah, I didn't know about that, I'll be honest.
And the Falcons do get blown out by good teams. That's their thing.
Yep.
That's kind of their thing.
They really get blown out by good teams.
Yeah, they get smoked by good teams. All right, Hank's pick, as said by memes.
Raiders plus 5.
Wow, John Madden.
John Madden, yep.
Wait, is it 6.5 right now? It's been bouncing around because Carson Wentz, it went all the way down to 1. It was at 8.5, went down to 1.
It is off the board on the Barstool Sportsbook currently.
Okay. So that's probably...
Did Hank know something?
Hank might have known something.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Hank
I'm
knows
gonna try to
everything.
find it. Let's see. Let's give him... What's a fair... I see 6.5 other places. Let's give him 6.5.
Okay.
I think that's fair. I see 6.5 at two different places. All
right, so
6.5
LV plus 6.5.
6.5. Okay, you're over, Billy.
My over had to take it. We're playing conservative, trying to get this 8-0. Chiefs Bengals over 50.
What does that have to do with conservative? Like this is the most aggressive over that you can.
Are you
take
trying
this
or not trying?
I'm really trying. I'm like,
Well,
what?
that's mine as well.
Yeah, it's the most obvious over.
Yours too? Okay.
Yep.
Interesting.
I mean, if you don't think Joe Burrow's going to try to outplay Patrick Mahomes,
I mean,
as opposed to like every other week
he's
when
going to try to win?
Yeah.
yeah, like big
Joe Burrow's
time,
going to try
though.
to win.
You can tell he takes it personal.
No, yeah. Last week he came out there and he was like, "I'm going to suck because I'm not playing anybody." But next week,
But you bring your best when you're playing the best.
But when he played Josh
Just-
Johnson, he had his best game of his career.
Right. But
Josh
that was-
Johnson is the best journeyman quarterback.
No, but like he wants to go out and do that against the Kansas City
Got
Chiefs.
it. Okay.
Okay.
I like it.
I'll tell you what, Billy and Liam have 2 of the 3 the same, and it's a 2.5 game lead. That's huge for Liam.
That's huge for
We
me.
might-
Odds-wise.
This might be a torch game.
Wait, so that just guaranteed Billy's in last entering next week
Fuck.
because he can't jump 2.5 games if they have only two
That's
different.
fine. You'll be in striking distance, Billy.
So
Do we have the same?
How many
Dude.
am I up on, Billy?
Billy, road trip.
you are up
psyched.
5 on Billy with
Okay,
8
yeah.
left.
This road trip is going to kick
Omaha Zoo's the best.
So no matter what, Billy will be.
Omaha?
Well, no, I
Kansas
should
City's
say this.
pretty
I hate
yeah,
that you're
with 5,
doing this,
yeah.
PFT. You have to try.
No, I'm the most honest person here in that I want to finish second place. I'm being very honest with you guys.
Okay.
So
All right, my over is Rams, Ravens over. You do understand my point, though, that like the competition, in the spirit of the competition, what people were listening for was like, man, this is going to suck for 2 people. Oh, every week it's neck and neck, and then
I think they'll
on
actually-
the finish line, you're like, I actually kind of want to do it.
I think they'd actually be happy to see us having a good time on the trip across.
But
the
that's
country.
different than saying it now. Like having again, if I finish second, I will find a way to make good content out of it and have fun with it.
Okay,
but
so-
I don't want to do it
All right.
because that's the whole
Okay,
point.
how
You know what,
stipulation.
wait for a second, Billy. I think what the actual issue is here, when we first conceptualized the trip across the country, we were like, fuck, that's going to suck. I hate that. Now we've gone so long, and the fact of the matter is I literally just like looked at a map that somebody tweeted me, and I got excited about it. And I'm sure that if I finish in second place,
Yes,
when
that's
when
fine.
when it dawns on me that I'm actually going to have to do it, I'm probably going to flip again and be like, this sounded like something cool that I could do. This is going to suck.
I just want to keep a competition that we had set from the beginning where it was like everyone's like, oh, that sucks for whoever finishes second and last, instead of, oh, we're now gunning for second and last.
I just think that's a you problem if you're upset that
I'm not
am
ups-
looking forward
I'm not
to the
upset.
road trip.
I'm
not a
saying
me
the
problem.
spirit of the competition.
You're yucking my yum.
No, I'm
Don't yuck
trying to
my
have
yum.
a competition that we've done all season, and instead of the last 2 weeks being like, I'm in first, but I'd like to be second, so I win either way. That happened.
The reality is, if I do come in second, I'm sure that eventually I'm going to flip again and be like, I really don't want to do this shit.
All right, just do it now.
I really don't want to do this.
There it is. That's all he had to do.
I thought it was going to be fun.
There it is.
But I actually have to get into a car.
There it is.
And drive. And it'd be awesome if it was warm weather. And we could get the convertible.
It's fun when people listen to us being like, we have to do something we don't want to do, not we get to do something fucking sick. What a bad punishment.
The best possible
for this
outcome
thing we've invested all year in
is actually me really hoping I get second place, still finishing in first, and then Hank having to go on the trip. And I'm like, damn, I wish I could have done that.
Yeah, that's funny. If you're like, oh, Hank, you're going to have so much fun. I really wish I was in your spot. And then knowing he's going to be miserable. The two people who go are going to make good content out of it. I never thought that was going to be the case. Unless it's like, well, no, Billy and Jake would have been hilarious.
That would be great.
Well,
it's very much in the cards.
I kind of am fine with losing, but if I do get second to last, I would still kind of want to go.
Okay, so there we go. All
right,
right, Rams, Ravens,
Billy,
over 46.5. Why don't we just all drive across country?
We should actually clarify for Billy that you're going to have to work and do other stuff while you're on the road trip.
Correct.
It's
I'll
not
drive.
because Billy, I think most of the reason why Billy wants to go on the road trip is so that he doesn't have to work.
And you also don't have like 6 days to do it.
Okay.
And are you going to bring your dog?
No, we got bent.
You're going to do Mitt Romney and just put him on the roof?
Rams, Ravens, over 46.5 is my over. Did you do your over?
Yeah, it's just
You're
me,
same as
Liam,
the Chiefs?
and
All right.
Billy have 50.
I like that over. I think that's a good one.
Which one?
Rams, Ravens.
So you're going to take that?
No, but I'm just saying I like it.
Okay.
My over is... I got Cardinals Cowboys over 51.5.
Okay, that's a fun over.
It's basically just a fun over.
That's a fun
52
over.
now.
52.
Even
wow,
better.
You move lines.
Even better.
Liam, Bubba.
He's in with.
Yeah, I had the same.
Oh yeah, you the
Yeah.
same.
Yeah.
All right, memes for Hank.
Bills, Falcons over 44.5.
Bills, Falcons over 44.5. Okay, under Billy. Wrap us up.
Giants, Bears, 37.5.
It's a yucky game.
I had the same one.
Yeah.
Are you kidding?
Oh my god! I mean, he texted it to memes.
I
Memes-
texted it to memes. He
Memes can
confirm.
verify.
No, but memes
Verify.
has been back there with Liam.
Wow. So Liam has.
So that's huge for Liam.
Yeah, without even realizing, has played incredible defense.
Wait, so
You're
what's
fucked.
the game that I haven't chosen with Liam?
You have the Cardinals plus 5.5, and he has Atlanta plus 14. So
In theory, that would have been a great strategy.
It would
If
have.
I just tried to guess all his.
if Liam wins the Falcons and Billy loses the Cardinals, it would be 3.5 with 4 games left. It would then need to be a 4-0 and 0-4 reverse sweep next week.
But if he loses and I win, is that
then it's 1.5 with
Okay.
4 to go.
Okay.
So
Got it.
Then it's very much
so it's
less.
in reach?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
So
You're
what was that number?
under 37.5. Jake, you're under.
Just want to confirm that. 38. Giants
38.
Bears 38.
Okay. 38.
Okay. I took, what did I take? I took the Jets Bucks. I believe it was
That's
40,
mine
under
as well.
46.
That's mine as well.
Okay.
Under 46.
Yeah.
So we're paired up on 2.
Yes. We're not
Okay.
really head to head.
Well, we kind of are.
That's good for
Yeah.
to
Big
get to
Cat.
second. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's going to be movement to second. All right. And then finally, Hank's last under. Memes.
Hank has 49ers, Texans 44, and I can confirm that Billy and Liam have 3 picks.
Wow.
Texan Hank has 44.5 now.
Who texted you first, Jake or Billy? Or Liam or Billy?
Billy, then Liam.
Interesting. Billy.
So Hank 44.5.
You
Then-
texted first, Billy.
Well, I did do an update on my picks.
Wait, what?
And that one update was the one pick that we have different.
Interesting.
Because I picked the Colts as my underdog originally when Sam Ellinger was starting.
Ah, okay.
And then I said,
But then it flipped,
actually, I want to change it. So,
Good thing he has the Falcons and not the Colts.
So it never was a problem.
Or
All
maybe
right.
he changed it too.
I'm excited for week 17.
Why I didn't get my under?
Oh, yeah. You're under.
My under, I'm going to take the under in the Saints Panthers,
Which is?
38.5. That's what I got. I don't know what it's
Yeah,
at
no,
now,
that's
Jake.
there's
It's
2 games in the
just
30s.
gross.
Yeah.
Just a gross game. I don't know who's going to be playing quarterback for the Saints.
Assume Taysom
Wait,
Hill, right?
If Blake's starting, do I get permission to change
38.
this?
Yes.
Out of respect for
Yes,
Blake.
absolutely.
I'm not going to be putting my name next to an underpick with Blake Bortles' name next
Absolutely.
to it. If he does change, I'm going to take a game. I'll pick one that
Who are the Seahawks playing?
Seahawks are playing the Lions.
Okay, no one's talked about that game
Okay.
yet, so I'll take the under in that game.
Okay, so
Wait,
that
your official pick is Carolina.
No.
Yes, correct. My official pick.
He gets if Blake Bortles starts, it now switches to Seahawks Lions.
The Blake
That's
Bortles
fair.
clause, yeah.
It's absolutely fair.
I did notice that some people online got to the bottom of the who dat versus who day discussion, and let's just say some stones are better left unturned.
Yes, I'd agree. But thank you for overturning those stones for a brief second and then being like, oops, there's some worms and critters
The
and
phrase
weird shit.
The phrase entertainment sketches from the 1960s was doing a lot of work.
Yes.
It's like my grandfather took a semester abroad from Germany to Argentina in 1945.
Let's just quickly say best games of the weekend. There's some weird games because everyone's still alive. What would you say the best game on week 17 is?
Chiefs Bengals.
Chiefs Bengals, yeah.
Chiefs Bengals. Cardinals Cowboys. Although the both teams are in, they both clinched. But
I don't think that's that good of a game though, because the Cowboys are awesome and the Cardinals suck.
Raiders Colts will be interesting because that does feel like the Colts have been riding really high, and the Raiders. I don't know. Maybe I'm just talking myself into this Raiders maybe beating the Colts, which is not going to happen. And then the Vikings are going to lose by $1 billion to the Packers, I'm sure.
Unless Kyle Sloter starts.
Then I'll also give you permission for that. If Kyle Sloter starts, you get the Vikings as your underdog if you'd like.
Decline.
Out of respect.
Decline.
No, you don't believe in Kyle Sloter?
I want to see how he plays. I want to watch some all 22 of them during a regular season game. I've only seen him play in the month of August. I don't know if he can handle December.
That's true. All right. Anything else before we wrap up and leave?
The numbers. Like last week, we're doing this on Tuesday again. We had Dolphins plus 3.5 last week.
I know, but that's just how it is. That's how it is. Like it's been.
It could change a lot.
Billy benefited from the Raiders Browns game a couple weeks ago.
True.
It's
Yeah.
COVID rules.
Right.
It's COVID rules.
I had one other stat.
Yeah.
That I wanted to address here. Cliff Kingsbury. You know what his middle name is?
No.
It's Tarl with a T.
Tarl?
Cliff. Yeah, Tarl.
Clifford?
Did you think
Cliff?
it was Carl?
No, it's Tarl.
But you think it was Carl with a K at one point?
Someone just said it wrong?
Good call. They really went out of their way to avoid those initials.
Yeah, his grandfather's name is Carl.
Yeah, smart move to the
Yeah.
Kingsbury family.
Tarl.
Although you really towing the line with that one.
Wait, are we idiots? Is Cliff spelled with a K or C?
It's K.
Okay,
Oh, shit.
with
Yeah.
Kingsbury spelled with a K as well.
Well, that was one of your most genius moments, Billy, and then you doubted yourself. What the hell?
Yeah, no, that was
Pick
great.
yourself up.
Really, that was very.
Yeah, it is. What?
Yeah, fact check confirmed. Do you guys have any New Year's resolutions?
Yeah, by the way, real quick, if I ordered a supplement stack for everyone in the podcast, would you guys be down to
Yes.
take it?
Yeah.
Okay, doing it.
No questions asked.
Let
yes.
me just read it out so people.
I'll give you my credit card.
Okay, beta alanine, 500 milligrams. It's aspartic acid.
Wait, who's this
600
for?
milligrams.
That's in C4.
For each of you. Creatine.
Oh,
milligrams.
you're not customizing?
I'm customizing it for everybody.
As a whole, or
no,
you're
that's
saying
not what customization is.
So you're going to get stuff that speeds up your metabolism.
Okay.
PFT's going to get.
Okay, yeah, that is
Yeah.
customization. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, give me what I'm getting.
Okay, this is what you're getting. Beta alanine, 500 milligrams. Aspartic acid, 600 milligrams. Creatine. Actually, you know what? Creatine for
creatine
you.
will
Kidney
bulk
stones
me
too.
up.
Yeah, no creatine for you. Ashwagandha extract, Tribulus terrestris, arginine, theanine, and turmeric bioperine. That's just to make sure everything is streamlined in your body.
Okay.
What am I getting?
I look forward to
You're
whatever.
getting something a little
concoction.
different.
What am I getting?
Is he getting the creatine?
You're getting vasodilators to get you a pump, so whenever time you work out, your muscles get fucking swole.
Wait, what about me?
That's the only thing that I'm getting?
Yeah, but you just
I'm
finished a cut.
You're giving Big Cat like the ingredients of a complete nutrition laboratory.
You're getting like
and then you're like,
betaine.
you're essentially you're saying to me, I'm going to give you cocaine.
No, I'm giving
it's
you
actually
betaine,
he's just going to
beetroot.
dehydrate you so that your veins pop.
No, you're gonna get
He's just going
swole.
to go water.
You're giving me one thing. Big
I'm
Cat's
giving you nitro oxide boosters and other stuff.
Oh, that
like
sounds good.
creatine.
Okay, so
yeah.
wait, he's getting to the other stuff.
But nitro
Well, I don't wanna list them all
oxide
out
boosters, that's fucking sick.
Yeah.
Okay, the creatine, is that bad for somebody with kidney stones? Chronic
No, it's
kidney
just going to make you
stones?
bloated.
It's gonna push out the kidney stones.
Okay,
It's gonna break them up. Get those kidneys going.
that's good. I just want to get jacked.
Exactly.
New year, new me. I want to dunk on a regular. My resolution is I want to dunk something on a regulation.
We're gonna put carnitine, which makes your muscle fibers more efficient.
Okay, I like that. I'm also going to read a book this year.
There we go. I'm still thinking about it. I have a
Probably.
tweet from like 3 years ago saying I started a book. I can't wait till I finish one so I can reply to it. It's been a while.
You know what else
I did start a book when I tweeted that.
I'm gonna learn the Freebird solo this year.
There we go. Jake?
I'm going to read Goodell versus Obama.
Oh.
Good book. You should read the audiobook version.
Yes.
And you should also purchase that if you don't have it already
Absolutely.
on audible.com.
I'm getting jacked again and starting to dress more like an adult.
What?
Yeah.
What does that mean? Just shoelaces in your shoes?
Dude, I already started, bro. Look what I got for Christmas.
Wait, you brought it to show us?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a book bag.
That's
not dressing.
But
an accessory.
It's not a backpack.
Right, but that's
It's
not
a satchel.
But that's not dress. That's not part of dressing.
Yeah, we're looking more adult.
Okay, all right.
Taking
Accessory.
Adult
Accessory,
steps.
yeah.
Billy, you know that
Satchel.
You know that you're a blogger, right?
Satchel.
We have a job that's like we're
It
just,
encourages
we're
you.
kids.
Yeah, but like at one point, you guys like dressed like adults.
No.
At this
PFG's
job?
literally wearing sweatpants.
No,
to
but
play
like
Portal
in your
shirts.
life. Like at one point you put on like
Dude, I get
adult
made fun of
clothes.
for dressing the most adult-like, and it's just jeans and a sweatshirt.
Yeah, but
that is like the peak.
But you
of
guys,
our,
like-
of
Yeah,
what
Big Cat
dress-
gets jean shamed.
Yeah, I get jean shaped.
He does-
Like I am.
he does
but at
show
one
off.
point you
dress
guys-
up.
a lot.
I'm literally the most adult person on this podcast, and I've worn a sweatshirt 40 days in a row.
But at one point in your guys' lives, you guys like
Big Cat loves
dressed
to
like
rub in the
adults.
whole I went to college thing. Ooh.
Yeah, he wears sweatshirts with hoods.
Look at me. I have
and not hoods.
Look
Sometimes.
at me. I have equity. I'm wearing socks.
You got nice orange socks on right
I know
now.
they're nice. They're
Hey, you also have
actually
equity.
everything that I'm wearing right now is free, which is pretty typical of my day-to-day
Yes,
experience.
yes.
I'm never gonna grow up.
No, you're gonna grow up. All right, numbers. Do you want to? Does someone want to go hit the machine?
69.
Scouts honor memes. Bring the ball out here
44.
for the video. 22.
6.
TJ, you want to guess?
The last ball of 2021.
Wow.
16.
You're a big. I can tell. You're a big like. This is the last of this
Last
year
play.
thing.
This is also the penultimate week of the regular season.
I've gotten to the point where I just don't. The years just blend together.
Yeah.
I don't even. But you've said that a few times. I like that.
Yeah.
You need one guy around who's like, "Hey, this is the last time we'll be together." 2021,
It's
guys.
time to reflect.
Another cool throne. See you next year, guy.
Yeah.
That guy's
from
having a
yearbook.
week.
Yeah. Last time we'll sip out of this water in this room.
You guys think 2022 is going to be better than 2021?
2022 is going to be sick.
I think
the Jets are going to do some sick shit.
I think everything changes in 2022. If you had to power rank 2020 and 2021, what's first?
2020.
I like 20. I like the first.
There was no March Madness.
I like.
Oh yeah, that's true. But that
first 2 months.
yeah, first 2 months were sick.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah,
New
dude.
Orleans.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
What did you get?
68.
Oh, you kidding me?
Oh damn, Billy.
Right?
that's so
Right? It was, I think it was
Oh,
upside down. The line's on the bottom.
68.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Billy,
it's
that's
it.
so close.
But yeah, Big K, I think that's fair. It's like having the debate
Second
of
timer.
like Walter Payton versus Emmitt Smith's career or something like it, where like the peaks of 2020
Yeah,
were amazing.
right.
The lows were quite
Terrible.
low.
Terrible.
2021 was just it was pretty good.
Also,
we compiled stats in 2021.
you could make the argument the first like 2 weeks of quarantine were kind of low key fun because it
Tiger
was like
King.
yeah, it was snow
No.
day.
Getting over March Madness.
Yeah, but now like the fact that we're still dealing with this shit is such a slog and such a drain. Like before, it was at least coronavirus was scary. You know what I mean? Like it was scary. We were like, "Ooh, this is scary" for a little bit.
Dude, everyone got addicted to the news.
Yep.
We were all terrified
I watched
for a while.
Cuomo on do his press conferences,
His PowerPoints.
Yeah, every single day.
Yeah, all the Cuomo sexuals out there had a great 2020. 2021 was not as good for you. That was wild when we all just pretended that.
What about you, Billy? 2020 or 2021? Well, you're a big Trump guy, so.
So January 2021 was great for Billy.
We'll see everyone in 2020.
Wait. I gotta explain something.
Okay.
So this one. So the difference between a crow, a raven, and a blackbird. Blackbirds are much smaller.
Who asked?
Ravens. It's like the cougar, puma, and mountain lion.
Who asked that?
It's very important.
These are highly asked questions.
Okay.
Crows have different sounds than ravens. Ravens travel in pairs. Crows travel in flocks.
Love you guys.
All right.
Well, I just heard talking away. yesterday. I'm to say it seems my life stays anyway. It's gonna change. Today's another. I'll close my eyes. Day to find you. Begin to pray. Shying away. The tears of joy. Stream down. I'm coming for your love, okay? Take on me. Take me on. I'll be gone in a day or two. Well, I don't know. Needless to say, if I'm ready, I'm all descended to be the man. But I'm me. I have to be stolen away. Slowly learn life is a fate. Say after me. It's no better to be safe than sorry. Take on.